Welcome to the Robinson Creek Healthcare and Hospice broadcast of Bowie Bulldogs football on the Vype Live Broadcast Network. Presented by Defender Police Supply, Brave Care, and Circle C Orthodontics. Bowie Bulldogs football on Vype Live is also brought to you by the Carlson Law Firm, Top Gun Equipment Rentals, Womack Real Estate, Nance Orthodontics, McLean Family Dental, Firehouse Subs, Family Dentistry on Manshack, Dina Davis Team, Jersey Mike's, Specified Water Systems, UBEO, Princeton Review, Mighty Fine, Chick-fil-A, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, Waterloo Ice House, Torchy's Tacos, More Than a Teacher, Bolden Acres, Pie Bar, and Austin Community College. And now, along with producer Shane Shulwinski and color analyst Stephen Foster, here's the voice of the Bowie Bulldogs, Dee Hanson.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight right here at Burger Stadium as the Bowie Bulldogs welcome yet another new kid to the 26-6A block, the Dripping Springs Tigers, with both teams looking to do a little bit more than just hang tough. This game is powered by Robinson Creek Healthcare and Hospice right here along the Vype Live Network. My name is Dee Hanson, and I am joined by my broadcast partner in Steve Foster. The Bulldogs are starting off yet another season at 4-0. This for the second consecutive season and fifth time in the last 9 seasons, fresh off the heels of a 27-24 win against Anderson last week. Bowie used that formula that's been getting them a lot of strong starts and some W's, running the football and defense. Max Barnes led the way with 2 rushing scores, powering a collective 185 yards on the ground for Bowie, while Connor Kenyon tossed 2 touchdowns of his own. Despite an aggressive defensive effort and forcing their 10th takeaway of the season, Bowie couldn't put Anderson away and gave up more points than they had totaled all year. Bowie now also has an uncharacteristic effort in protecting the football and giving the ball away twice and giving up a special team score on top of that. Not what Bowie expected. Now, the Bulldogs look to keep their winning ways alive and maintain an inside track in the postseason race against one of the highest scoring teams in the area over the last couple of seasons, the Dripping Springs Tigers. 8th-year head coach Galen Zimmerman has the 3-0 Dripping Springs Tigers picking up right where they left off last year, coming from 5A going into 6A, obviously, averaging nearly 50 points per game, driven by a focused and talented football team. The Tigers returned 14 starters from a 10-1 squad that showcases arguably the most talented quarterback in the area in Baylor Bear commit Austin Novosad. Drip opened up district play last week with a 77-0 trouncing of Austin High at Tiger Stadium. Dripping Springs scored 77 of their points in the first 3 quarters. The Tigers also have one of the finest receiving corps in Central Texas, 3 of which were all district players from last year. That, with a highly skilled offensive line, will certainly give the Dogs D their toughest test thus far. Not sure how it can be, but there's already a very high level of tension in the air between these two schools preceding this highly anticipated matchup. We'll see how both are able to channel those emotions and stay undefeated after the end of this game. Coming up, we'll run through the starting lineups and get to the kickoff of tonight's contest between Bowie and Dripping Springs under the Friday night lights of Burger Stadium. You are listening to Bowie Bulldog Football, presented to you by Robinson Creek Healthcare and Hospice along the Vype Live Network.
Do you have an aging parent or grandparent who needs health care at home? Robinson Creek Home Health and Hospice can help. Our skilled, compassionate healthcare staff treats patients right where they want to be, in the comfort of their home. Robinson Creek offers personalized programs including cardiac care, wound care, diabetes and medication management, orthopedic care and therapy, as well as hospice care. We're a local, female-owned company committed to doing things right. Visit rchomehealthhospice.com today.
At Defender Police Supply, we specialize in public safety. Our automatic license plate recognition cameras and software help solve as well as prevent crimes. We also offer a variety of security cameras. tactical equipment like body armor and ballistic shields, as well as infrared and thermal scopes. Defender Police Supply serves law enforcement, neighborhood associations, businesses, residential properties, and schools. Call me, Jason Bram, at 512-887-2577 or visit us online at defenderpolicesupply.com.
At Circle C Orthodontics, Dr. Fidel Del Toro and Dr. Jonathan Kimes love making beautiful, healthy smiles. Utilizing the latest advances in technology and techniques, the team at Circle C Ortho can help you look better and feel better too. Their practice philosophy focuses on patient-centered, personalized care. They take the time to get to know you as a person, not just a set of teeth or braces. Circle C Orthodontics, no referral needed. All insurance plans welcome and affordable payment options available. More information at austin-braces.com, 512-394-0930.
At Brave Care, we provide primary and urgent care tailored for kids ages 0 to 21. We do everything from regular checkups, sports physicals, and 24/7 support from our nurses by chat or over the phone. We even offer x-rays so you don't have to wait hours at the ER. Our Brave Care Clinic is located conveniently in Circle C between the two child development centers. We offer same-day appointments 365 days a year so we can always fit into your schedule. Find us at bravecare.com and through our Brave Care app.
Back here on the Defender Police Supply pregame show, Dee Hansen alongside Steve Foster will come up here shortly. And we are set and ready to go here from Berger. And it is homecoming, so a lot of pomp and circumstance and already a relatively full side here on the home side below us. And what is not atypical here is we're also going to more than likely have plenty of maroon across as well, and a game that was about a few tickets short of being sold out, which at 15,000 plus, which this is stadium holds, that is a rarity, and we'll see what happens. A huge game on tap between two undefeated teams here in 26-6A. And we are set and ready to go. The evening has it also a beautiful night. Obviously, a few clouds in the sky. We're sitting at around 92 degrees this evening. 35% humidity is going to be there. And a negligible any kind of wind to speak of, too, for these two teams to have to deal with. The inflatables to our right are set and ready to go. In fact, Dripping Springs already inside theirs, about to come out onto the field. Let's get right to it between these two squads in Dripping Springs and Bowie. The Tigers come in at 3-0, 1-0 in district play after their 77-0 win last week against Austin High, and 1-0 away from Tiger Stadium. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs come in at 4-0, 2-0 in district play, and 2-0 here at Berger. This is now the fifth time in the last 14 seasons that Bowie has started out 4-0, and they've done it now back-to-back years. So going for 5-0 for about the fourth time in a recent history. Of course, they went last year 5-0. They also went in 2015 and 2013. So going into this, what is now documented is more likely the first matchup between these two schools in quite a while. Jeff Abels, the head coach for the Bowie Bulldogs, will have his team come out in his 21st season as the head coach. He is at 144 wins and 83 losses. And he will have his offense come out onto the field, which is averaging around 38 points per game, and orchestrated by offensive coordinator Ty Branion in his 16th season. Quarterback is Connor Kenyon, second-team All-District player from a year ago, wearing number 10. The senior's at 6'4", 200 pounds. Last week he had over 200 yards throwing and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He will be throwing to Carmine Eli, wearing number 14, a junior, along with Nehemiah Smith-Livingston, wearing number 8, a senior, and Aaron Gall at times, senior, wearing number 18, Rio Pittman, number 2, wearing also a senior. And welcome back Jacob Castle as the receiver that will be out there as well, wearing number 9, the senior, out a couple of games due to injury as the Bulldogs come out onto the field from our right to our left, the east to the west end zone. The offensive line from left to right is Justin Trumpler, wearing number 72, a junior. Diego Perez, wearing number 63, a senior. Tony Bahina, wearing number 52, a senior. Right guard is Ethan McMahon, wearing number 77, a senior. Right tackle is Pete Cardenas. He wears number 54, a senior. That rounds out your offense starting lineup. This is a team last week that had 85 yards rushing on the ground. Got the job done against the Trojans. Defense is run by defensive coordinator Darren Pittman in his 6th year, and he has that 3-3 stack alignment. In the middle, Garrett Gibson, what a great year he has had already. We're number 62, the junior, leads or is tied in the team with sacks with Aaron Gall at 4. At one end, aforementioned Aaron Gall. We're number 18, senior at 6'2", 210, and also Frankie Jankowski, where's number 90, a senior. Linebackers include Tress Danaher, we're number 30, a senior, and Brady Bram, we're number 12. He's a senior as well, and he is first on the team in tackles with 24. And Jake Cole will be on the weak side. He had 8 tackles last week. That led the team against Anderson, whereas number 48, a senior. Your corners are Darryl Powell, with number 21, a senior. And Ellis Hall will start at the other corner when number 26, a senior. But we will see Joshua Murillo, the junior, as well, coming off of the injury. Your defensive backs, well, at least at Rover, you have Alex Luck, number 43, a senior. Braylon Thomas at bandit backwards, number 28, a junior. And Wes York, 3 interceptions on the season. Leads the team in that category. He had one last week, whereas number 13, a senior. Dripping Springs comes in with Galen Zimmerman as the head coach, his 8th year as the head man. He's at 67 and 18, and he came in as the OC for the first year, so he's been at Dripping Springs for 9 seasons. And meanwhile, he is also 97 and 45 overall. He will have an offense that is now probably the best one, definitely the best one that Bowie has seen all season long, averaging over 45 points per game. And before I get to those, here we have the coin toss from our official and Chad McKenzie. And we will see what the coin toss renders. Dripping Springs has won the coin toss and elected to defer. Taking a note out of the Bowie playbook from that perspective. And it will be Bowie receiving in the west end zone to our left. Rest of the offense here for Dripping Springs. You have Marte Amrine in his 2nd season as the OC. Will have the much ballyhooed quarterback coming in, Austin Novosad. We're number 16, a senior at 6'4", 195, has passed for 674 yards, 7 touchdowns, and has 2 interceptions on the year. Meanwhile, he'll be throwing to a litany of really solid receivers, including first-team All-District player from a year ago, and Garen Duncan. He wears number 8, a 3-year starter, leads the team in receptions with 13. Joseph Moreland wears number 12. He's a transfer from St. Michael's, a senior at 6'4", 205. And Boston Rapp, tight end, number 25, a senior. And you also have Walker Wright, watch out for him. 2nd-team All-District player from a year ago, wears number 7, a senior, big target as well at 6'2", 175. From left to right on the offensive line, it's Reed Robinson, number 63, a senior. Brendan Kelly, wears number 76, a senior. Jackson Key in the middle, 1st-team All-District player from a year ago, wears number 54, a junior. And Logan Hush wears number 57, a senior, and right tackle is Joka Ponton. He wears number 74, a junior, and Jack Tyndall is your running back, wears number 18, and he is a sophomore, 5'9", 195. And now here is our national anthem. National anthem with our color guard there at midfield concluding, and we are set and ready to go here from Berger. Take a break. When we come back, The undefeateds will square off here between the Bowie Bulldogs and the Dripping Springs Tigers. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
At Defender Police Supply, we specialize in public safety. Our automatic license plate recognition cameras and software help solve as well as prevent crimes. We also offer a variety of security cameras, tactical equipment like body armor and ballistic shields, as well as infrared and thermal scopes. Defender Police Supply serves law enforcement, neighborhood associations, businesses, residential properties, and schools. Call me, Jason Bram, at 512-887-2577 or visit us online at defenderpolicesupply.com.
At Circle C Orthodontics, Dr. Fidel Del Toro and Dr. Jonathan Kimes love making beautiful, healthy smiles. Utilizing the latest advances in technology and techniques, the team at Circle C Ortho can help you look better and feel better too. Their practice philosophy focuses on patient-centered, personalized care. They take the time to get to know you as a person, not just a set of teeth or braces. Circle C Orthodontics, no referral needed. All insurance plans welcome and affordable payment options available. More information at austin-braces.com, 512-394-0930.
Back at Burger, D. Hansen, Steve Foster with you here on the Vype Live Network. Getting set and ready to go here between the Bowie Bulldogs and the Dripping Springs Tigers in a relatively packed house at Burger Stadium. The Bowie Bulldogs are in their all red, Steve. We don't see these very often. Black letters numbers in white trim with the black helmets. Meanwhile, you have a very light-colored Dripping Springs Tigers squad, white tops, light gray bottoms, maroon letters, numbers, and black trim, and the white helmets with the script letters of tigers across on each side in maroon. It's going to be a kickoff going right to left. Walker Wright will do the honors, averaging a lot of kicks into the end zone. We'll see if that ends up being the case here this evening. And deep to receive will be Max Barnes and Carmine Eli. Bit of now wind does pick up, and the lefty in right from the 40 will get things underway. A line drive kick, angled more right-hand side, and here comes Eli out, and at the 15, breaks it right side now, near side sideline at the 20. Tries to elude a tackler, cannot at the 21-yard line. He'll be brought down there. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 21 for the Bulldogs. Mahalan Grove with the tackle for Dripping Springs. Tigers will come out on a defense, start out in a 3-4 alignment. And Raphael Suin, he is at nose tackle, wears number 95. He's a senior. Nathan Preher wears number 90, a senior, 6'1", 255. The other end, Elijah Gonzalez wears number 93, a junior. Derek Edgar, middle linebacker, wears number 20, a senior. And we'll get to the rest of the defense here after this first play. Two-back set out of the shotgun is Connor Kenyon. And he'll play action it, spins the ball, throws it deep down the left side for a long ball, caught, and then out of bounds is Nehemiah Smith-Livingston, and that's how the Bulldogs are going to get things underway here against the Tigers. No flags on the field.
It was a great pass right there, about 40 yards to the 37D, and you got to take advantage of matchups. And right there, Nehemiah Smith-Livingston outmatches number 1, Keller Stafford.
Luca Pacucci will watch for his name as well. And now the handoff goes to Barnes, and he tries to burrow his way for more than a yard or two. He does not. He'll gain 1 to the 36, bring up a 2nd down and 9. And this is going to be a salty defense here for the Tigers. Thompson Vickery, watch out for him. The bandit back wears number 11. He's a junior. You also have Bryson Amrine, second-team All-District player from a year ago at strong side linebacker, wears number 17, a senior. Gunnar Betts at one corner, Grayson Jones at the other. Kelly Stafford and Gabriel Quintana round out your safeties. Here's a pass right-hand side, and it will be, I thought, incomplete at first, but because maybe a backwards pass, Steve, Max Barnes wisely gets back on top of that. It's going to be a loss on the play. We'll see if it was a backwards pass. It will be a loss on the play. And they said it's going to be. They move him back. 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, that's the play that we've seen every week. and it kind of really gets Max out having to have the wide receivers block for him. It's a very static play.
Timeout taken on the field, and we'll see if this is an adjustment by the officials, and it is. So they're going to rule it
because it was incomplete.
It incomplete, so it goes back to the original line, or the line of scrimmage, the initial one, and move it up. Yes. Now it's 9 yards needed for a first instead of 13.
There you go.
4 wideouts, 2 split to each side, and Barnes to the right of Kenyon. Kenyon looking right, throws right in a slant, caught at third. Nope, incomplete. In and out of the hands of Nehemiah Smith Livingston at the 30 will bring up a 4th and 9 situation for the Bulldogs, and we're just getting underway with this first quarter with 10:43.
That was a slant route right into the teeth of the secondary. Even if Smith Livingston catches that ball, that would have been a hard hit.
Bowie going for it. Kind of no man's land. 2 receivers right hand side. Castle in the slot to the right. Now a bit of a shift and offset eye, and it looks like it'll be a punt. Kenyon will launch this one with nobody back for Dripping Springs. Hit at the 5 to go to the end zone, and not a lot of net help there. And that'll bring out the ball 1st and 10. And Dripping Springs now holds serve after a big first play to start out the game. The Bulldogs unable to capitalize, and now the Tigers out for their first go.
Now here's your deal. You see where the matchup is. You have an advantage against the guy in the cornerback. You got to take advantage of that. You have the wide receivers to do it. Taking advantage of the matchups is not cheating. It's being smart.
Austin Novosad now at quarterback, and he has that one sock up his left leg, and he hands it off on a kind of a sweep right-hand side, and that one will get maybe a yard on the play. Trying to find a little bit of space was Kyle Cook. He doesn't find much. Brings up a 2nd and 9 for the Tigers going right to left.
And they went far side. Indeed, that play took it was quick, but it was so slow that Bowie just swallowed it up on the far side.
Cook, the offensive newcomer of the year last year for the Tigers. Play action. Here's Novosad. Throws and incomplete. Also intended for Cook. A little bit of pressure already seen here for the Bulldogs on Novosad.
Well, that was interesting. You know, there's always going to be something made about a quarterback that's going to a Power 5 conference. Right there was a little pressure, but if Novosad waits just a little longer, had to let Cook get out of his break just slightly before he tried to sync up that pass.
So we get in that 3-3 alignment, though, playing man, it looks so, on this particular set. 2nd and 10. Here's Novosad. Throws right-hand side. Bullet pass is caught. Soft coverage there, and it will still be complete. Settling in with Duncan, and he will get the first down on a 15-yard out route.
And a really good route, getting past the sticks, knowing that if the ball gets caught, he probably would get tackled right at that spot, but he was past the 10 yards.
Multiple I-back formation. Here's the standard for the Tigers, and they're going to run it right-hand side. Tyndall with his first carry of the game for the Tigers, trying to come in and fill that huge shoes of the offensive MVP last year for the Tigers, and Preston Alford. He had 59 yards rushing and a score against Austin Hine. He's trying to pick up where he left off last week. 9:20 and counting down. Tigers with a 2nd and 5 now. Another throw right inside is a bullet and caught on the far side sideline. That again by Duncan. And he will move the chains, and they are
Duncan's
fine.
A favorite receiver.
And we got that, but they are fine with the short passes.
Yep. Absolutely, because anytime you can get 5 or more, especially when there was 2nd and 5, you get a new set of downs.
Shotgun again for Novosad, and he'll throw right again. Caught, and you're getting a lot of backing off of the receivers and keeping them in front. That is Duncan yet again on the far side sideline. And that will be at the 41-yard line, but shy the first. Coming up here for the Tigers, it's 2nd down.
And again, being patient, taking what the defensive secondary gives you and playing pitch and catch, you can go right down the field.
Yep. Duncan right, 2 receivers left-hand side. Tyndall, the lone back. He gets the handoff up the middle, and he finds some room. Gets to the 35 to the 34-yard line. Well enough for a first down. Around a 7-yard gain, and that'll move the chains. And the Tigers getting more and more into Bowie territory.
Well, and good balance. using the run when necessary. Got a good size back. Can use the blocking up front.
Tyndall just a sophomore, 5'9", 195. Talk about good size. Averaging 71 yards per game and 6.7 yards per carry. Trips left-hand side, nobody right. Novosad will hand it off again to Tyndall, trying to find the edge right-hand side. He cannot and gets blown up for no gain on the play. That was a sea of red there coming in and spearheaded by Frankie Jankowski.
And this could be a bend but don't break situation for the Bowie defense. I tell you, good mix of plays by Dripping Springs so far to get to the 34 of Bowie.
Trips left-hand side, nearest left-hand side is Duncan. Now he'll be in motion from left to right. Tyndall State, now he'll circle back around, and they're going to throw to him out of the flat. He doesn't hold on to the ball. That ball is loose or not?
It's incomplete.
It's incomplete yet. Once again, Jankowski was ready to jump on top of that. We've seen that before, but that was obviously an incomplete pass.
Such an interesting play when you talk about that side-to-side, that lateral toss to whomever. It's tough for a playmaker, and here's why, D, because it takes so long when you're going to try to catch and go that it tips the entire defense off. It's basically a play where all the defense comes to you.
4 wideouts, 2 split to each side. Tyndall still in the backfield, and here is Novosad under pressure, throws out left-hand side. It is caught at the 21-yard line, and going upfield still to find some room is Cook, and he'll get a first down on a 3rd and 10 play. What a way to get that conversion, as Novosad had some pressure again.
Yeah, he did have pressure, but you can't play off the receivers. You've got to hope that your safety help, D, over the top can take away the deep pass.
Tyndall out to the left out of the shotgun with Novosad, which right and left you have receivers, and a little bit of a screen here. Cook has it, tripped up, and still stays on his feet, and then he's finally brought down at around the 10-yard line, finally bringing him down by the shoestrings, Tress Danaher, and that will be just shy of a first. It looks as though they're going to mark it just shy. Yep, by about a half a football. 2nd and short, 7:03 and counting down left here in the first quarter play. The Tigers knocking on the door. See if they can get a score on the board. Novosad empty backfield, throws to the end zone. It will be caught on a slant. Cook touchdown. Tigers from 10 yards out, and they strike first.
And that's all because you have, as you mentioned, defenders playing off the receiver. If you play on the receiver, you still have 2 safeties that play over the top. If you give that type of cushion to a guy that's going to throw 15-yard BBs, it's going to be tough all night.
Cook did not play the first couple of games of the season. He came in and had 115 yards and a score last week against Austin High. Now we have, on top of that, a personal foul against Bowie. Nope, against Dripping Springs. Well, the official motioned towards the defense, and then I heard the crowd clap. So yeah, I got it.
Duncan with the
Duncan with the got it. Yep. Here's the extra point by Walker Wright. He is perfect on the year at 15 for 15. The extra point is up, and it gets inside that right upright, and the Tigers have the 7-0 advantage with 1 chance on offense by each side. 6:53 left here in the first quarter of play. Bowie will have another shot at it here, down by 7. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
High-quality, compassionate health care for your aging parent or grandparent? Robinson Creek Home Health and Hospice can help. We offer a variety of home health and hospice care services, all administered in the comfort of home. Our skilled, knowledgeable nurses and therapists help your loved ones recover and manage their conditions. And in most cases, our services are 100% covered by Medicare. We're a local, female-owned company committed to doing things right. Visit rchomehealthhospice.com today.
There are things in life you can't control, like those surprise Texas thunderstorms. Really? But something you can control? Your future. Now's the time to look ahead. Get on the road to UT, Texas State, A&M, or your dream university, or learn hands-on and use your skills in the real world. Take control of your future at Austin Community College. Registration is going on now at austincc.edu. That's austincc.edu. Austin Community College. Start here, get there.
7-0 the score here from Burger Stadium here on the Vype Live Network. My name is Dee Hanson, joined by Steve Foster. That a 10-yard touchdown from Novosad to Cook on a quick slant, making it 7-0. That is now Novosad's 8th passing score of the young season. And Kyle Cook with the reception. As a sophomore, he played last year, had over 1,300 yards and 20 touchdowns. So that earned him the right for the Offensive Newcomer of the Year, and he makes his impression known here in this game already. The kickoff is well into the vicinity of the Tigers, and now that ball will go out of bounds. And boy, that was very close.
I don't know. I don't think it. I don't think
the officials waved. No, they're going to stay at the 5 because he touched it.
Well, you can't walk out of bounds once you touch it. I'm not sure what. Yeah, I'm not sure why Carmine.
Why did that happen?
Well, he picked it up, but then he went out.
I'm sorry,
of
let
bounds.
me rephrase that. Why did he do that?
That I can't answer.
Okay. So the infraction, again, the personal foul against the Tigers had them kicking it off, but that was supposed to be an advantage for Bowie. Instead, it flips the field for the Tigers somehow,
yes.
And Bowie now deep in their own territory to start out their second offensive series at their own 5. Shotgun with Barnes out right-hand side. He has not done a ton in this game so far. It's very early, obviously. And he'll get the handoff, trying to find some room. Left-hand side gets to the 5 to the 6-yard line. 2nd and 9.
Dripping Springs is a good enough team that they're going to guard the line of scrimmage. You're not going to let Max Barnes try to go ahead and get the push. What you got to do is you got to move Max around, put him in the slot, have him be a receiver, get the matchups to the advantage of Bowie on offense.
Just under 6.5 to go here from the first quarter. 7-0 lead for Dripping Springs. It's 2nd down and 9, deep in their own territory. Bowie. Here is Kenyon, now throws it out left-hand side, incomplete again. Nehemiah Smith-Livingston unable to hold on to it. It's a second drop of the game at the 20-yard line. Would have been enough for a first down.
Yeah, that was right in his hands. And listen, you're going to get hit. You know, it's great when you run the deep post pattern and can run under the ball and things like that. But also, this game is made up of traffic stops. That means you catch it in traffic and get stopped. But that's what makes you a football player.
That's also typically what moves the chains.
Yes, sir.
2 right-hand side, that's the long side of the field. 1 left-hand side, Carmine Eli. 2 back set, Barnes in motion now. Here is Kenyon in his own end zone. Throws on a slant, caught by Jacob Castle at the 30, and he'll rumble his way past the 40 and mark him down at the 42-yard line. Welcome back, Jacob Castle.
Yes, I was going right there. Is it the TV show or is it Mace? Is it the song or the TV show? Either way, welcome back, Jacob Castle, number 9. A great pitch and catch from Connor Kenyon.
5th catch of the year. He had 4 with 90 yards and a score before he got hurt and out for the last few games. Trips left-hand side. And a fresh set of downs for Bowie, well out of their own end zone, which feels a little bit more comfortable. Throw out left-hand side, it's incomplete. A little bit low here for Nehemiah Smith-Livingston, and I'm sure he heard the footsteps of Gabriel Quintana, who has 2 forced fumbles on the year already, and he was looking for another one.
Well, that was a little pass. You know, this guy's tall. You want to at least get it around his waist. You know, you don't want a guy 6'2", 3", reaching down low, especially on a that's like a slip screen, trying to get Nehemiah Smith-Livingston on the far side up the field. But he's great deep in the secondary.
5:49 left now, and Rio Pittman in motion outright left. He'll be the up man. And a handoff to Barnes. He has a little bit of room, spins off, and then kind of catapults his weight forward to the 47. That brings up a 3rd and 6 or so.
Jacob Castle back in the game, and I tell you, that could be the secret sauce.
We'll see.
Because Jacob Castle, due to injury, you're not going to see a lot of tape on him. But now that he's inserted in that slot, you can work the inside in the middle of the field, D, and that's where Connor Kenyon is dangerous as well.
Big kind of down here already, and Carmine Eli in motion. Here is a pass out to the left-hand side. Well overthrowing his intended receiver, Jacob Castle, is Kenyon around the 40-yard line. And that'll bring up yet another special teams effort, punting it, unfortunately for the Bulldogs. Their second go at it and as many chances to punt it. That's what they're doing. And we'll see what happens here.
Well, that was a good choice. Connor Kenyon threw it more on a line, a little more air, and Jacob Castle may have had an opportunity. But it's also a tough pass because
Noah Gill with the punt. from around his own 34. It's a low end-over-end kick and kind of a knuckleballer. Grayson Jones, of course, doesn't even make an attempt on that one, as it was about 10 yards in front of him. And he'll be touched up at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. And this is not dangerous territory by any stretch, but you certainly would like to have a different effort here on defense.
Well, again, the pass, like I was saying, a little more air, possible opportunity catch. What I'd like to see on defense now is a tighter secondary to give those defensive linemen just one more step to get
there
to
in a couple instances, that's all he needed was a second or two.
Absolutely.
4 wideouts, 2 split to each side, near side hash mark. The Tigers will go ahead and throw this football middle of the field, and it will be caught. They're going to rule that a completion for 11 yards. So Walker Wright getting his first reception of the season or the game, and that his 10th of the year. He in fact leads the team in yardage gain through the air, 179 on the season. 2 receivers right, 1 left hand side on a 1st and 10. 4.5 to go. Pump fake throw out left hand side. It is caught at the 45-yard line. Good coverage there. Darryl Powell able to make the stop on Cook. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 4.
And the DBs have to realize you can run with these receivers. They're very good catching the ball, but I'm not sure if they're going to run by you. So cushions of 5 and 6 yards, it's a lot.
Here's a handoff to Tyndall. He breaks it back in. This is a big run. 40, 35 left sideline, stays in bounds, and finally driven out. Dub York makes the finishing tackle, but that the biggest running play of the game for either side down at the 24-yard line, and the Tigers back in business.
Yeah, that's a nice change of pace. And you have a rusher who's done very well.
Oh, yeah.
Came near side to us, just picked his running lane, and picked up great yardage.
Just a sophomore. And in motion is Cook. He'll angle back around. Tyndall, though, will get the carry instead, and now he'll bulldoze his way past the 20 to the 15-yard line before Alex Luck brings him down near a 1st down, maybe about a half a yard shy, 2nd and short.
On this drive, definitely Dripping Springs, the offensive line winning the battle up front, giving choices.
Well, now you can run the ball, too. That is a facet of the game the Tigers would love to have. Trips right-hand side. Tyndall now shifting from left now to the right-hand side out of the shotgun. And play action, spinning it out to Cook. Makes 1-man miss, and now gang tackled for a 1st down, 2 yards. Dub York just had a chance on him, which had been short of the 1st down, but instead, because of that 1 missed tackle, Brady Bram finishes it off. They'll still move the chains.
Yeah, came in a little hot. Did Dub York. Went low, which was good. But interestingly enough, you have Dripping Springs stepping out of the tackle, D, and picking up the 1st down.
1st and 10. Tigers can get a 1st down at around the 3.5. Empty backfield, 5 wideouts. Throw out right-hand side is caught. That by Duncan. Again, near that 1st down marker, but just not there. And the cushion has been there.
The cushion is 6 yards, and you throw an 8-yard pass. I don't know if the defender can get back to the receiver. So it's telling you that there's concern that these receivers may run past them. But if you get into them and ride them out, you got to take your chances, because pitch and catch is happening down the field.
Loading out right-hand side. In motion now will be Cook. Handoff up the middle, though, and Tyndall, nearly untouched, goes in for the score from 5 yards out, and the Tigers now have double digits on the board.
And a great change of pace, going from the pass for 8 yards on 1st down, and then coming back with an inside handoff to Tyndall, as you mentioned, and the sophomore quickly deposits the 5-yard rush into the end zone.
His 5th rushing score of the year, and I know that there were moments there that the passing game got the chains to move, but it was Tyndall's big run, and now he goes in for 6, which really fueled that last offensive series for the Tigers. Extra point nearly blocked, it looks as though, and it is good, though, that the Tiger... Okay.
Missed.
You're saying they waved it off? I saw one official put his hands up in the air. It's missed, 13-0. That's the first missed PAT of the season for Walker Wright. We'll keep it here with 2:59 left in this 1st quarter of play. The Bulldogs still with no score on the board.
No, they're going to have to develop some offense. Again, you've got Nehemiah Smith-Livingston, the far side corner. I hate to say it, but if you find a matchup that's in your favor, take full advantage of it. You know, you can find Jacob Castle in the slot. You can put Max Barnes on the other side in the slot. And listen, Connor Kenyon is a D1 quarterback. Let him go out and fight the fight.
What we haven't seen, though, is what has been really the bread and butter for Bulldogs is running the football. They have not been able to substantiate any kind of running attack.
Even as a running back, if you get me into the game, in the pass game, and you're using me to soften up the defense, you can run me all second half.
That's fine.
But right now,
Barnes has not seen a lot of touches in the first half.
No, he hasn't. But you've seen gains of 30 and 40 yards to Castle and Nehemiah Smith-Livingston. So play to your strength now.
All I'm saying is that what we've seen Bowie do really well,
you can't
which has
forget
kept
about
them in
Max
games,
Barnes. That's
is
correct.
Max Barnes
That's right.
in the running game.
That's right.
So we'll see if that ends up changing. I'm not saying they have to do it in the first quarter. I'm just saying it's interesting that they're not doing it now.
Well, they have 70 yards of two passes. I would exploit that as
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it's interesting that Bowie's not doing what they normally do. Can you agree on that?
Yeah, but
okay,
against a good team.
That's all I'm asking. Dripping Springs now kicking this away. And it'll go into the end zone over the head of Max Barnes, and that will bring up a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm just saying against a good team, if you find something that's working early, go ahead and exploit it because you always have Max Barnes in your back pocket.
Okay. I'm not disagreeing with you.
I didn't say you were.
I know, but we're going back and forth, and
it
it sounds like we're disagreeing with each other. I'm just letting everybody know.
We're
I'm
not.
also saying, as a caveat, that I find it interesting they're not running it more. That's all. I'm not saying that they shouldn't exploit whatever. You're saying they should exploit by passing the ball. Got it. Trips right-hand side. Connor Kenyon now will fling it out right-hand side. Carmine Eli unable to hold on to that, and it will be incomplete.
Pass to number 14, Carmine Eli, is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Wide receiver screens are very tough to pull off because you're asking a wide receiver who doesn't usually block to hold a block so that another receiver can get upfield. It's just a difficult thing to do. You know, I'm going to be biased. I love the running back screen.
Eli out right-hand side and trips left-hand side. Handoff goes to Barnes, and he will carry a tackler. He would have lost a yard on the play, but he kept those legs churning. Thompson Vickery make the stop there for the Tigers. It's a 1-yard gain, and now 3rd and 9. We've seen a lot of 3rd and 9s for the Bulldogs here already.
Dripping Springs up front's pretty solid. And again, they're not going to allow at the 5th game Max Barnes to go off because when he does, Bowie just ignites.
They've only given up 9 points per game on the season, 7 in the last 2. Here's a bullet pass, incomplete. At the 45-yard line off of the right hand of Aaron Gall, who hasn't caught a pass in a few games, but he was open. And that will be incomplete, and yet another punt for the Bulldogs.
3 punts. And
waiting for that offense to gel here for Bowie.
And that's certainly going to be a necessity. It's early, and as I always say, no one's ever won a football game at the end of the first half.
Noah Gill to kick it away. The last kick he had was low and not very long. This one's high and not very long. Hits at the 45, but now takes a Bowie bounce and will be still in their own territory as Aaron Gall will touch it up at the 49-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Tigers, who have scored touchdowns in only 2 offensive series in this game.
Yeah, and they've done one by receiving and one by catching the ball. Started off with a 10-yard strike and then a 5-yard run by the running back Tyndall. So they've got a good mixed bag working, a balanced attack on offense.
The left side of the offensive line, Reed Robinson last year, first-team All-District player. Brendan Kelly at 6'1", 255, had 35 pancakes, graded out at 92% at right guard. That's where they like to go, is the left-hand side. We've seen a lot of runs to that direction, and this is no different. And Tyndall, and he doesn't find much room, and he's tripped up. Tyson Chips with the stop, about a half-yard gain, 2nd and 9.
I think this is a point where the Bowie defense is going to have to help out this entire football team. They're going to have to turn the tide even here on the short
They've been in that
field.
position before.
Yes, they have.
Cedar Ridge, if you remember, the first half was all that kind of action here for this 3-3 stack. Pistol formation for Novosad. He'll hand it right-hand side. Tyndall breaks it back in, and he is smacked down. He launched himself up into the air, and then he got brought down very quickly there by Tress Danaher.
Thought that was your guy, Garrett Gibson.
Three,
looked at
3
about
yards
the
in the
same
carry.
side.
Yeah.
Garrett Gibson was pushing that way, and you got to like the inside-out flow. That's traditional by the defense. They flow from the middle to the sidelines, and right there, a good stop.
Big down here for the defense, 3rd and 7. Showing pressure. And they will bring it. Throw Novosad, caught. On the far side sideline. And that will be enough for a first down by Duncan again, and he has been on fire along with Cook.
Well, haven't seen the deep ball, and that's where the concern is. But playing off on a down like that with that much cushion allows a very good receiver in Duncan to push you back, get past the sticks, and make a catch. That's a heck of a catch.
Pistol once again, and Duncan out right to left-hand side. Play action rollout looking deep. This time, though, is Novosad. He's going to go deep right sideline, and it will be caught for a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Helmet comes off on top of it. Duncan this time. He gets the reception. His first TD of the game. And his 3rd of the year. And the Tigers now blistering themselves. And there's a flag, though, on the near side sideline against Dripping Springs, which will nullify that 54-yard completion.
That's a gift. Because right there, all that work of those 8-yard stops you have on the far side, Garen Duncan with an out and up. And he beats Josh Murillo. And Murillo was trying to make up that difference, but a really good pass by Novosad. You know, again,
beautiful pass.
When you get an opportunity like that, you certainly don't want to miss.
And Novosad is a pocket passer. He is not going to beat you with his feet. He has 10 rushes for 6 yards on the season. So if you can get him on the run at all, that's going to play to the hands of your defense. A shift right-hand side and 2 receivers outright, 1 left in Cook. And now it'll be a handoff right-hand side. Here's Tyndall. And he'll get near the original line of scrimmage, about 2 yards shy after the penalty was assessed. He'll get to the 36. And they'll bring up a 2nd and around 12 to go here for the Tigers. Still 13-0, 15 seconds to go and counting down. More than likely the last play of the first quarter. Going right to let the Tigers have the ball, and the handoff goes to Tyndall, breaking it back in, and he'll get past the original line of scrimmage and near the 30-yard line. A favorable spot on top of that. It's a 6 yards needed here for the Tigers for a first down, and that will be the final play of the first quarter. And Tigers, having their 3rd score of the game nullified by a penalty, will look to convert here. On a 3rd and 6, we go on to the second quarter, up 13-0 on the road against Bowie. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
You have an aging parent or grandparent who needs health care at home. Robinson Creek Home Health and Hospice can help. Our skilled, compassionate healthcare staff treats patients right where they want to be, in the comfort of their home. Robinson Creek offers personalized programs, including cardiac care, wound care, diabetes and medication management, orthopedic care and therapy, as well as hospice care. We're a local, female-owned company committed to doing things right. Visit rchomehealthhospice.com today.
Specified Water Systems is a proven construction company that provides complete water tank systems. They pride themselves in offering American-made corrugated galvanized steel water storage tanks, wood tanks, towers, and water pumps filtration with the longest warranty in the industry. They supply solutions for fire tanks, rainwater harvesting, TCEQ water storage, irrigation well storage, and storm water management.
here at Burger Stadium. Dean Hansen and Steve Foster. It is a handoff on a 3rd and 6 for the Tigers. Trying to catch the Bowie Bulldog defense off guard a bit, but that does not end up being the case. And the Bulldog D does the job and the stop, about a 1-yard gain maybe. 4th and 5. I think the Tigers are going to go for it anyway on 4th down. However it stood.
They love their passing.
They were fine with it, that's right. We flipped the script though. We're going left to right now here for the Tigers. That's west to east. Trips left inside, one right. A little bit of motion here on both sides. Free play out left. Dower Powell on the coverage, and it will be complete out of bounds. Or incomplete out of bounds to Cook. And there is a lot of shuffling on both lines. We'll see what the official call here is by Chad McKenzie. Offsides against the Tigers, or excuse me, the Bulldogs. Just enough, though, to convert on the first down to 4th and 5. That a big time mistake here for the Bowie defense. Officials here tonight: Chad McKenzie, umpires Bernard Teal, head linesman is Andy Pena, line judge is Brian Burkhart, and back judge is Joe Wise. 1st and 10 after the penalty. Just starting out the second quarter. Tigers lead 13-0 on the Bulldogs. Ball on the 24-yard line. Two receivers out left-hand side, and Cook. And one out right, and Duncan. Tyndall, the lone back left-hand side of Novosad. Cook in motion now, and back out left-hand side, and we have a whistle.
Delay of game.
Delay of game. You don't see a lot of those, I mean, unless you're Russell Wilson, but that in and of itself also is a head scratcher.
Well, here's the thing. You're still inside the 30, D, and it looks like Dripping Springs will use all 4 of its downs. They're not going to try to pull out.
I don't think they're really, they feel confident.
Yes.
They won't tighten things up unless they need to tighten things up. Right is Duncan. Out left is Walker Wright in the slot. Far out left is Cook. Tyndall gets the handoff up the middle. Tripped up, then finally brought down from behind by Franklin Jankowski. And he'll get back, Tyndall will, to the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage. Picks 2nd down and 10. 5 yards a pop on the running game. Tigers are fine with that.
Absolutely. And again, it keeps the secondary honest. You can't fall asleep thinking that the ball's going to get handed off inside.
Shotgun again, Tyndall to the right of Novosad, flings it out to the left-hand side again, intended for Cook, and again, Dower Powell all over Cook. The last couple of times, Powell has really shown the ability to have some good coverage. There's a flag on the far side of the field at the 25-yard line. Offsides against Bowie. And even with that, though, Steve, everybody kind of stopped. You saw a bit of a shift there, even though
I'm not
they still
understanding
went with it.
Why you don't wait till the ball gets snapped. This is the 3rd offsides penalty.
Yep.
Just relax.
2nd and 5.
Let the ball get snapped.
For the Tigers.
And go.
One receiver left-hand side is Cook. And in motion now, up man, and Tyndall might get the handoff here. We'll see on a 2nd and 5. And the ball is snapped, and the ball is loose, and on his knee was Novosad when he picked it up. So because of that, that's where the ball will be blown dead. And they'll bring up a 3rd down and around 8 to go.
Yeah,
the body language here from Dripping Springs is very nonchalant, Steve.
Yes.
I don't feel like they feel concerned about this game at all.
At all. And they're
I mean, overall, they don't feel concerned.
I agree with you.
A lot of optimism here.
I think Bowie's got to get back to its normal rhythm.
Here we go. 3rd and 8. Novosad back, will throw middle of the field. Caught easily at the 9-yard line. Inside the 5 to the 4 is Cook. That before he is brought down by Alex Luck, and just like that, the chains move, and the Tigers, another opportunity to get into the end zone.
No pressure on the quarterback, and receivers coming across the middle.
Here is Novosad again, looking right-hand side, throws to the end zone, and easily scored. Touchdown. Near side, Duncan with his 2nd receiving score of the game from 4 yards out. And the Tigers, we'll see what they do. I guess they're going to go for the extra point. They could go for 2 to try to make this a 21-0 game, a little more even. Giving it to Bowie right now through the air. And that is Duncan's first receiving score. Extra point by Wright is good this time. And that'll make it 20-0. Tigers all over the Bulldogs with 9:56 left in the first half of play. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
At Defender Police Supply, we specialize in public safety. Our automatic license plate recognition cameras and software help solve as well as prevent crimes. We also offer a variety of security cameras, tactical equipment like body armor and ballistic shields, as well as infrared and thermal scopes. Defender Police Supply serves law enforcement, neighborhood associations, businesses, residential properties, and schools. Call me, Jason Bram, at 512-887-2577 or visit us online at defenderpolicesupply.com.
Austin Novosad has been as good as advertised going into this matchup against the Bowie Bulldogs for the Dripping Springs Tigers. Now spinning his second passing score of the game, and it has been a lot of short passes throughout the course of this matchup against this Bowie defense, and about 6, 7, 8 yards per throw. And this time he connects with Duncan for the second time for a score. The last one was taken away by a penalty. This one now registered as the first score for Duncan, and that makes it a 20-0 lead for Dripping Springs with a 9:56 in the first half of play.
Yeah, and the offense for Bowie has now got to start clicking. This is a really good Tigers team that has taken it to Bowie.
Walker Wright will kick it away. And he will angle it short and left-hand side.
I could have let that one go out of bounds.
Yeah, could have.
You know, even though you signal fair catch, you don't have to catch it. The ball could go out of bounds. You get a 5 more yards.
Jake Cole on the reception. And a pivotal offensive series for this Bowie football team in this game. Down by 3 scores.
And you got to want to take over. And this is where you have to assert yourself if you're the offense.
Trips left-hand side. Barnes has been quiet. And it will be a keeper by Kenyon, and he will angle his way out to the 38-yard line for a 6-yard gain and a first, or close, as we've seen, to a first down on a first play of the game, or offensive series here for this team.
Second and 4.
Big play out of the gate. Seems like a distant memory on that.
Well, yeah,
launch.
It was really good early momentum, but it fizzled fast, unfortunately.
Kenyon now right-hand side is Braylon Thomas. Barnes in the slot to the right-hand side. Handoff Thomas now, breaks it back in, and will be at the first down marker. And he'll move the chains.
Yeah, picks it up. Coming near side to us. 4-yard carry, just off tackle.
Dripping Springs won the coin toss, Steve, and elected to defer. So this more pressure is put on this offense to get something going in this half.
Agreed.
One receiver out left-hand side, Carmine Eli, and play action, throw out left to Eli is complete at the 44-yard line. 13-yard gain and a first down. And this is the best this offense has looked on consecutive plays in this game.
It is good timing of the pass, and also Connor Kenyon takes the ball and puts it low enough where only really the best opportunity to catch that is his own receiver.
To left-hand side, Nehemiah Smith-Livingston and Castle out left. Out right is Carmine Eli. Handoff to Barnes, and he is looking for his first big play of the game. This time he gets one of his better for average carries, about 4 to the 40.
And this is what you want to see out of Bowie. Consistent, get the ball into the playmaker's hands, some passes. This really is mimicking what Dripping Springs has done in their first 3 drives.
And they like to go to the left as well. Trumpler and Perez leading the way. 4 wideouts, 2 split to each side, and Castle out right in the slot. Nehemiah Smith-Livingston far out right hand side. Here's Kenyon, wings it out right. Caught this time by Barnes. And this time he does not, I think he just gets maybe a little shy of that line of scrimmage to the 41. Doesn't really yield much. Going backwards instead of forwards makes it 3rd and long.
Side to side is going to be tough against a good team. And that's on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, this is a speedy defense on top of the fact that they're not allowing much up the middle in that 3-4 alignment.
No. Again, maybe use that as a decoy to bring somebody out and then run a receiver in the middle where the defense vacates.
2 back set out of the shotgun. Barnes out now on the flat left-hand side. Design rollout. Here's Kenyon now. Just gets rid of it down the left sideline, and it will be incomplete. In and out of the hands of Jacob Castle on some excellent coverage downfield from Keller Stafford, the senior DB. And it looks as though Castle might have a hold on that for just a little bit, but then you saw that ball fly out. And that will bring up yet another opportunity here. We'll see Bowie looking to pull out their special teams once again in their punting unit with a lot of time left at 7:05 in this first half. And Noah Gill to do the honors from his own 45. High snap back. Here is the kick. And then it will hit it around the 11 and punched back. And great special teams coverage down the field. A.J. Hirschauer getting back enough to hit that one back. And we'll have easily the worst starting field position for the Tigers. And they've had that advantage the majority of this game, by the way. Will have to work out from their own 1.5.
This is where, I like to send the house. You've got, I don't care who the quarterback is, he's going to have to get the ball in his own end zone. So if he thinks wrong, it's a safety or a touchdown for the other team. You're at home. You're down 3 scores.
And in his own end zone is Novosad at the S, and he will play action at throw left-hand side. It will be caught and then dropped by Cook, and I believe it will be recovered. We'll see. The officials have yet to say 2nd down, and Cook somehow got on top of that. I don't know how he got that back. 5 yards gained on the play after the catch, fumble, and recovery by Cook.
It's going all Dripping Springs way in this first half.
It is definitely the Tigers' way so far. 2nd and 5. That was a big play that could have gone Bowie's way. That would have changed a little bit of what's going on in this game. Now Tyndall trying to change things his own way on the ground all the way up to the 26-yard line for a big-time first down run for the sophomore.
And there's been a difference so far in this first half. You have an opportunity. Ball's on the ground. It's anybody's ball. And you have a receiver fighting against 2 defenders and then a 20-yard gain.
To right-hand side and right, and Duncan, and looking left, though, and spinning it out left-hand side and incomplete. Trying to hit Cook down the field, and a flag is thrown at the 47-yard line. And a little bit tripped up there. Cook fell down. They might get pass interference here against the Bulldogs. And had Cook caught that, he might have gone in for 6 anyway. So that might be a relatively good yield.
I'm not sure if that pass was catchable, but there was such a entanglement of the players. Yeah. It just looked bad.
It's hard not to throw it.
It just looked bad.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if that's bad coverage, but it just looked bad.
No, right. Yeah, right.
Yep.
1st and 10 after the 15-yard penalty. The ball will be placed at the 41. 2 receivers left, 1 right-hand side in Duncan. Handoff to Tyndall again, who has had a whale of a game. Considering all of the fanfare around Novosad coming in here. Tyndall has powered this offense the last couple of series, and he goes for 4 here. This defense has been out in the field for quite a while. And that's the nature of the Tigers' offense also. It's not as if they score quickly. Trips left-hand side, 1 right is Duncan. And new back in for the Tigers. Handoff left-hand side. We'll go that route. no gain on the play. And getting the carry is Joseph Holmes. And that will bring up a 3rd and 6.
Getting a stop would be huge. Not sure.
Did the Tigers not go for it?
Yeah, I was going to say, though, right now playing with house money up 20.
I don't think they care where they are. They could be their own 5 and go for it on 4th.
I believe you're right.
That is the level of confidence and air that this team has. Dripping Springs, different level. 2 receivers right, 1 left-hand side. Out far is Cook. Watch out for him. Here's Novosad looking that direction. Goes left-hand side. It is caught at the 35-30 far side sideline. Dub York making the stop. And finally, we'll see if they get a whistle, and they do. As Houston Rapp with the reception. The senior tight end who had 3 receptions for 65 yards and a score last week against Austin High.
Dripping Springs making it look easy here, even on 3rd down, D. Not much pressure in Novosad's face. He gets a choice of receivers. Picks his big tight end on the far side for a 1st down.
2 left-hand side, 2 right-hand side. Shotgun for Novosad. Tyndall to his left, the sophomore. The good game, looking for more. No play action going out left-hand side for the deep ball again. It'll be incomplete. And coverage downfield by Alex Luck, draped all over Rapp. And that will be a 2nd and 10 now coming up. And the Tigers still gunning for the end zone.
Well,
with
they
some
should.
Deep balls now.
They should, because, again, they're getting whatever they want when it comes to their offensive selections. It really has been, what choice Novosad has wanted to do in the passing game and all Tyndall in the running game.
20-0, 4:19 left in the first half of play. Tigers with the lead, and at the 26 of Bowie on a 2nd and 10. Here's Novosad with the screen. It is complete and brought down is Tyndall from behind. That didn't really fool anybody on the defense for Bowie, including Tress Danaher with the tackle for a loss. And that will bring up a 2nd and around 11. 3rd, excuse me.
3rd and 11.
D, the defense has got to stop.
Yeah.
Got to make a stop, D.
Broken record, huh? Especially on these 3rd downs, which they've had plenty of. Novosad now looking middle of the field, I'm sure. No, left-hand side this time. No pressure again. It is caught by Cook on the far side sideline at around the 16, which, guess what, is just enough for a 1st down.
The routes are usually either at the sticks or they've tried to go with the out-and-up move.
And you can see why the number 1 goal of the Bowie team in this game was to get to Novosad.
Yeah.
And they have not been able to do that so far in the
second quarter. Or play your
defensive
backs closer.
Well, that was not their key when I asked every coach, Steve.
Okay,
I'm just letting you know what their keys were.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
Disrupting the passer wins all.
Yep. Novosad out of the pistol, hands it off Tyndall. And he will bang his way to around the 11.
But what's made Novosad successful is he's thrown 8-10 yard timing routes. And these guys are really good because they stay on their stem, meaning they don't give away what the route's going to be. It's either 8 yards and stop, 5 yards and out, 6 yards and in.
And these are good size receivers. Duncan at
Yes.
6'2",
Yes.
Cook at 6'2",
Yes.
Wright at 6'2",
Yes.
Moreland at 6'4". It's not as if they don't have a big target. And 2nd and 6 coming up.
Correct.
Under 3 to go. Ball on the 11 of the Bulldogs. And the Tigers looking for yet another score. Tyndall with the carry. And this has been the biggest component of this game. The running game of the Tigers has also been able to be rather successful. Brady Bram on the stop ball, the 6 now. And it's 3rd and 1, and the Tigers quickly to the line. They're going to hand it off again to Tyndall. Nope, it's going to be a quick snap and kept by Novosad, pushing his way, trying to get into the end zone. No whistles. Novosad is going to be stopped at the 1. And Novosad quickly to the line, just trying to get that 1st down, and then a lot of pushing and shoving going all the way, and a player down for the Bulldogs around the 3. And everybody kind of got hurt on that one, as you have a couple of players for the Tigers also. This offensive line for the Dripping Springs is winded. They've been out there for a long time.
They've gone 98 yards.
They've gone a long way, and they've been on the field for quite a bit of time. And a timeout taken on the field. Injury timeout will take it with them. 2:17 left here in the first half. And the Tigers up big, 20-0, and looking for more on the Bulldogs. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Do you have an aging parent or grandparent who needs health care at home? Robinson Creek Home Health and Hospice can help. Our skilled, compassionate healthcare staff treats patients right where they want to be, in the comfort of their home. Robinson Creek offers personalized programs including cardiac care, wound care, diabetes and medication management, orthopedic care and therapy, as well as hospice care. We're a local, female-owned company committed to doing things right. Visit rchomehealthhospice.com today.
Game continues to yield bad news for the Bulldogs. It's Garrett Gibson now being held off the field, and favoring that left leg is a pivotal part of that 3-3 stack and how it is run. First down and goal to go from the 1 yard line for Austin Novosad and company, going left to right and leading 20-0, and looking to pass it instead out to the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown from 1 yard out, and that is Joseph Moreland with his first catch of the game. The transfer from St. Michael's. He had almost 900 yards receiving and 15 touchdowns last year with St. Michael's. That's his fourth catch of the year and his first touchdown of the season. And Tigers pouring it on. And that is Novosad's third passing score of the game, and to 3 different receivers. Extra point is up and good. 2:05 left here in the first half. Bowie struggling here at home, down 27-0 to the Dripping Springs Tigers. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
At Brave Care, we provide primary and urgent care tailored for kids ages 0 to 21. We do everything from regular checkups, sports physicals, and 24/7 support from our nurses by chat or over the phone. We even offer x-rays so you don't have to wait hours at the ER. Our Brave Care Clinic is located conveniently in Circle C between the 2 child development centers. We offer same-day appointments 365 days a year so we can always fit into your schedule. Find us at bravecare.com and through our Brave Care app.
Well, not necessarily how the Bowie coaching staff drew things up to start out this first half of play against the Dripping Springs Tigers. A team, Steve, that was ranked number 16 in the state by Dave Campbell's going into this matchup, and for good reason. They scored 77 last week, and the majority of that, 56, scored in the first half against Austin High, have posted 27 and a goose egg on the board for Bowie, leading here with 2:05 left in the first half of play.
Dripping Springs has been very consistent. As you mentioned, Austin Novosad now, he's been playing pitch and catch all night. 5 yards here, 10 yards here, 5 yards here, 10 yards here. I tell you, 7-on-7 really helps when you can have 3 and 4 guys that you go out with in the summer and you can translate it onto the football field. But again, my hope is an adjustment is to push your defensive backs closer. But now with the 27-point cushion, you know, there's just Dripping Springs play keep away in the second half.
And the offense still here for Bowie with nothing to show out on the field as far as points are concerned. And they'll look for a favorable starting field position here on the return. That from the 20 to the 25 on the far side sideline, fighting for a few more yards. I believe is Max Barnes. Yep, he will bring it up. Going to mark him down at the 27-yard line. Westlake and Lake Travis going at each other, Battle of the Lakes. Second quarter of play, Lake Travis with the advantage, 10-7. Under 2 to go here, and Bowie looking for something to scratch across before halftime. To left-hand side, here's an option pitch out, and Barnes will be driven down at the 25, 26-yard line. And this defense for the Tigers also, let's give them a lot of credit. And getting the stops when they need to, especially with the do-all back and Max Barnes and Pacucci with the stop for the Tigers. It's a loss in the play of 1. I mean, Barnes came into this game with 844 yards of total offense and 10 touchdowns. Play action Kenyon now. Here comes some pressure. Just gets rid of it. Brings it on left-hand side, incomplete. That ball intended for Carmine Eli, and he was blanketed by Gunnar Betts. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 here for Bowie. Homecoming night here for the Bulldogs.
Not much of a homecoming at this point,
Not
but
a lot
again,
to cheer for right now. I agree.
First
Are
half.
you surprised?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Because this is an offense that can score on anyone. Now, can you outscore someone? Not sure. But right now, super surprised there's still no points on the
Tigers pressing, and they have every reason to, up by 27. Ball flinged out, caught. Carmine Eli has it near the 35, 36-yard line, but shy of the first by a couple. And you're down 27-0 with 1:07 left. It's now 4th and around 1.5, and a timeout taken on the field. We'll keep it here.
That's the one where you'd wish that Carmine would have stretched his route at least to the sticks. So when he makes the catch, if he gets tackled, at least he's right there. You don't want to leave yourself 3 to 4 feet short just to make a catch. It's going to bring up that 4th down. Now, down 27, I'm inclined to go for it. At least see if you can draw him off sides before you snap the ball. It's happened to Bowie already in this first half. Get a cheap 5 and keep moving.
Earlier on, and the score being different, we did see Bowie come out on a 4th and short situation, but they went for the pooch punt by Connor Kenyon. I can't imagine that's going to be the case here.
You can come out wild dog and just say, hey, listen.
We haven't seen a lot of the wild dog.
We're 4th and 1. We're down 4 scores. We got to get going. And as you
Bowie,
mentioned, Dripping Springs receives the second half kick.
They do.
So
they elected to defer to start out that second half. A lot of chatter between these two schools leading up to this game. And I think that Dripping Springs, coming up from 5A, feels like they can have a chip on their shoulder, something to prove going up against, I think, arguably one of the toughest districts in the state. And they're going up against a team in Bowie who had an incredible season last year, leaned into this year and showed a lot of the same characteristics of last year's team. Right now, backs against the wall here at home. 1:07 left, and timeout taken by Bowie. They have 2 remaining.
This looks like the wild dog.
Yeah. Braylon Thomas out right-hand side along with Barnes. Barnes has it, tripped up initially, and he's driving forward, trying to get to that first down marker, and I believe he's shy. The Tigers get the job done, and that will be a turnover on downs, and this offensive line for the Bowie Bulldogs could not drive enough of a gap for Barnes to find any space in that A gap. And he, as he normally does, waited to see if something would open up. And now there's a bit of a conference here from the officials, but I think that's just a placement of the ball, and it is. And now, the Tigers, with 2 timeouts, 1 minute remaining,
in business.
Excellent starting field position, are in business.
Oh, they're going to measure.
Are they?
It looks like it.
I agree, but no.
Nope. No, they're not.
Not really. Psych. Okay. 1 minute even, flat here to go. Halftime coming up. And this is a home standing crowd on a highly anticipated matchup that have been sitting on their hands most of the time, as the Tigers have deflated any kind of momentum for the home team. Play action, Nova side with plenty of time. Wide open, far side field, caught at the 30-yard line, spinning away and staying on his feet inside the 19-yard line. The Tigers, again, finding all kinds of different people now to get involved. It's Skylar Capone Ford, the senior wideout, getting the first down, and he didn't have anybody within 10 yards of him.
The scheme was really good. Now it looks like Dripping Spring is going to take a timeout.
And they will. And we'll take it with them. 44 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Tigers with one remaining. They lead 27-0 here on the road against the Bulldogs. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Are you looking for a unique dessert experience? Come by Pie Bar, South Austin's build-your-own pie bakery and coffee house, where we have deconstructed the pie so you can create your own unique and delicious sweet treat. Or you might choose from a variety of our specialty 4-inch mini pies made fresh by our bakers every day, featuring fillings like coconut cream, millionaire, death by chocolate, and turtle cheesecake. We also have hand-baked, personal serving-sized cheesecakes and giant cookies just waiting to be dressed with any of our amazing mousse or cobbler fillings and toppings. Perfect for sharing. Our 9-inch pies or cheesecakes and 9x13 pans of cobbler must be pre-ordered at least one day in advance.
27-0 lead for the Dripping Springs Tigers, and they're looking now to the end zone as Novaside throws this one, and it is caught. Wrap at the A of the AISD with the score from 18 yards out, and the Tigers drive their lead to 30-plus.
Far too easy. The short field. Great pass.
Yep.
Right on the money.
I mean, it has been like that all night long for number 16. Yet another different receiver with a score. Novaside spreading the wealth. The extra point is up and good, and it's now 34-0. And Tigers all over the Bulldogs with 37 seconds to go in the first half of play. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
At Defender Police Supply, we specialize in public safety. Our automatic license plate recognition cameras and software help solve as well as prevent crimes. We also offer a variety of security cameras, tactical equipment like body armor and ballistic shields, as well as infrared and thermal scopes. Defender Police Supply serves law enforcement, neighborhood associations, businesses, residential properties, and schools. Call me, Jason Bram, at 512-887-2577 or visit us online at defenderpolicesupply.com.
34-0 halftime score. I don't know if a lot of people would have had that as their halftime score with Dripping Springs leading the way here against the Bowie Bulldogs, but that's the case. And Austin Novaside had a lot to do with it. 10 yards to Cook, 4 yards to Duncan, 1 yard to Moreland, and then 33 to Rapp. You have 4 different receivers getting in the mix. You throw in the sophomore in Tyndall, who has a touchdown run of his own and some sizable gains, and mixing things up in the offensive end. This has been a clinic on the offensive side of the football by Dripping Springs.
Absolutely agreed. And I'm not sure if it's lifeless or just not on track. But Bowie has put together a couple good plays and just offsides, which extends, drives for Dripping Springs. It's just been a combination of sorts.
Going for it on 4th, and they're deep in their own territory, and Dripping Springs going for a very short kick. That was almost close to an onsider. Go out of bounds, and you're up 34-0. Why not? And this is a team that was up 77-0 on Austin High.
Right.
And took their foot off the gas finally around the third quarter. They led 56-0. And much like Todd Dodge would say, it's your job to stop us. Steve Spurrier. There's a few more that I'll throw in the mix that fall into that. Lou Holtz.
Get better players, get better coaches.
Yep.
That's
the name of the game. Dripping Springs with the kind of offense that can throw them up, and they are doing so here tonight. Carmine Eli out right-hand side. Here is Kenyon now stepping up in the pocket, and he will run with the football midfield. Slung around and down far side sideline. And a flag will be thrown, as that will be excessive force out of bounds.
And that's
Grayson Jones.
That's not smart, Grayson Jones. You got 28 seconds, and now you get a compliment.
He danced him out of bounds.
Yeah, he was out of bounds for a while.
So the late hit on top of the 34-0 score. You don't want to lose your composure from an emotional standpoint, Steve. I mean, it's easy to do that.
When the quarterback,
when you're getting this kind of score on you, we'll see how the composure is on both sides of the football in the second half of play. That's all I'm saying. Two receivers left, one right-hand side. Show to Barnes, stepping up in the pocket as Kenyon throws it out right-hand side. Caught by Castle on the far side sideline. He is then driven out of bounds and then around the 18-yard line. Stops the clock at 21 seconds to go here in the first half, down 34-0. And one of the more promising drives of the evening for Bowie.
Well, the thing is, they're really playing loose. You know, for 2 quarters, it's been like kind of like a practice game where you're walking around and coaches are trying to teach you things. That's not what you thought you were going to see from the Bowie offense.
Barnes out right-hand side out of the shotgun with Kenyon, and Eli out right-hand side. Now Barnes in motion out left-hand side. Here comes the blitz up the middle and sacked. Connor Kenyon driven back and down at the 21-yard line. Blitzing through untouched Thompson Vickery with the big-time sack and a timeout taken by Bowie with 14 seconds to go. And first big-time defensive play of the evening here for Dripping Springs.
And virtually untouched. Vickery, the junior linebacker, kind of like a delayed stunt in coming off the right side.
This is not a team that does a lot of pressuring of the quarterback. They only have 3 sacks on the year collectively.
Right.
So 4th on the year. And you go tackles for a loss. Again, only 5 on the season going into this contest. So it's not a defense that had to do a lot of that.
Right.
Their team has been up majority of the time. Other than Vandegrift, the defense hasn't really had to do a ton.
Right.
When your team is up, you can play a lot more back, and it's still, obviously a very talented defense, as they have done a whale of a job stopping especially the run of the Bowie Bulldogs here tonight.
Yeah. This isn't, though, the typical effort that you see out of this Bowie offense either, though. I'm not sure what isn't clicking, but it's not.
Bulldogs out of timeouts, 2nd and 18 at the 26. They have 1 remaining, excuse me. 4 wideouts, 2 split to each side. And here's Kenyon back to pass. He'll look left-hand side, throw, and it'll be incomplete. And you had a couple of defenders there on Nehemiah Smith Livingston, one underneath and one on top. Gunnar Betts threw that paw up in the air to try to block it. He was the guy that was in front of Nehemiah Smith Livingston. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 18 with 10 seconds to go.
Maybe 2 plays.
Yeah.
And you have the timeout, which if you get tackled in bounds, you can use. And
you
then
can
try
stay.
To at least
You can look for something still in the middle for a quick play and get closer to the end zone for one more toss. 2 right, 2 left. Aaron Gall out left-hand side in the slot. In motion is Castle. And now Castle with the ball will pass it instead through left-hand side. Nehemiah Smith Livingston drops the ball in the end zone. And a well-designed play. Nehemiah Smith Livingston had a chance on that one. Bobbles it and drops it.
And that's the way the first half has gone for Bowie, unfortunately.
And without any hesitation, though, Bowie's going to go for a field goal. And Diego Nunez, who is 1 for 1 on the season, that from 40 yards out.
43 yards. This is makeable.
Oliver Ray on the hold. Ball closer to the far side hash. Here is the field goal attempt. Punched in, will it be enough? No, it hits the crossbar and bounces back. And you talk about a microcosm of this game. That in and of itself also throws a little bit more in the face of this Bowie defense, offense, special teams that has just not gone their way. And now both teams going into the locker room, and Dripping Springs a commanding 34-0 advantage here against the Bulldogs at halftime, and homecoming has been anything but here for Bowie. The offense not able to get on track and having a chance to get that goose egg off the board. Nunez, not enough distance hitting the crossbar and bouncing back. Has the Tigers up 34-0 and will get the ball to start out that second half of play as they won the coin toss and elected to defer. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue on with our halftime festivities. We'll have our halftime guest as well. And showcase bands on top of that here from Burger Stadium. Again, their halftime score. The Dripping Springs Tigers 34 and the Bulldogs of Bowie nothing. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Do you have an aging parent or grandparent who needs health care at home? Robinson Creek Home Health and Hospice can help. Our skilled, compassionate healthcare staff treats patients right where they want to be, in the comfort of their home. Robinson Creek offers personalized programs including cardiac care, wound care, diabetes and medication management, orthopedic care and therapy, as well as hospice care. We're a local, female-owned company committed to doing things right. Visit rchomehealthhospice.com today.
At Brave Care, we provide primary and urgent care tailored for kids ages 0 to 21. We do everything from regular checkups, sports physicals, and 24/7 support from our nurses by chat or over the phone. We even offer x-rays so you don't have to wait hours at the ER. Our Brave Care Clinic is located conveniently in Circle C between the two child development centers. We offer same-day appointments 365 days a year so we can always fit into your schedule. Find us at bravecare.com and through our Brave Care app. En Brave Care provemos atención médica, primaria y urgente, adaptada a los niños de 0 a 21 años. Hacemos de todo, desde revisiones periódicas, exámenes físicos para deportistas y apoyo 24/7 de nuestras enfermeras por chat o por teléfono. Incluso ofrecemos radiografías para que no tengas que esperar horas en urgencias. Nuestra clínica Brave Care está convenientemente ubicada en el Círculo C, entre dos centros de desarrollo infantil. Ofrecemos citas para el mismo día, los 365 días del año. Siempre podemos adaptarnos a su horario. Encuéntranos en bravecare.com y a través de nuestra app Brave Care.
The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Specified Water Systems is a proven construction company that provides complete water tank systems. They pride themselves in offering American-made corrugated galvanized steel water storage tanks, wood tanks, towers, and water pumps filtration with the longest warranty in the industry. They supply solutions for fire tanks, rainwater harvesting, TCEQ water storage, irrigation well storage, and stormwater management.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh, because slice to order makes a sub above.
Back at halftime as we continue on here at Burger Stadium. Band out on the field, as you can see. halftime score, the Dripping Springs Tigers all over the Bowie Bulldogs, 34-0. Bowie had a couple opportunities to break through in this game. There was a fumble deep in their own territory by Dripping Springs, still up by a sizable margin, but an opportunity for Bowie to get on the board, possibly if they had been able to get back on top of that, unable to do that. And it's just been that kind of game. A couple of missed catches by receivers downfield, including in the end zone on a wide receiver pass, a missed field goal even at the very end, hitting the crossbar. The odds not going in the favor in those little moments, and sometimes you need those inches to have an opportunity to win a game against a very good team like in Dripping Springs. And the ball definitely not bouncing the way of the Bulldogs so far. And now Dripping Springs will receive the ball to start out that second half, leading 34-0. Not too far off from their second half, or their first half of play last week against Austin High, when they led 56-0. So the Tigers rolling into 6A, and they are showing their wares. They still have the #1 team in the state in Westlake to go up against along with Lake Travis. We'll see how those games go, but when you have the kind of talent that they have, especially in the offensive side of the football, they're going to be in every game they have this season, if not more. Well, again, we have our halftime guest before we get to the bands, and through that, major people stepping up and allowing us to have these broadcasts on the air with Vype includes Jonathan Kimes. And Jonathan, thanks for joining us here this evening and taking a little bit of time to talk a little about what you're all about from your professional standpoint, obviously. But when you first started thinking about going into orthodontics, and tell me about that journey for you and why initially this is something that you're passionate about and wanted to kind of do that in that service for your community.
Yeah, Dee, thanks for having me. You know, I get asked this question a lot, and I don't really know why, but for some reason when I was in about the 8th grade, I decided I want to be an orthodontist, and I just never looked back. You know, it was quite a journey, a lot of school involved, you know, moving a lot of towns. But at the end of the day, I really, really love what I do. The dental aspect and, you know, the technical aspect of what I do is a lot of fun for me. But I think the most gratifying thing is getting to meet people and families. You know, a lot of these kids on this football field, on both sides of the ball, I've known since they were in the 3rd grade. You know, I've known them for 12 years now, and you get to know them, you get to know their brothers and sisters, you get to know their moms and dads, and just kind of become part of the community. I think that's the most gratifying thing for me, more so than, you know, the technical aspect of teeth.
Yeah. And also, you can see your age, because you remember when you had a family member, and then they had children, and then they continue on. You have some generations you might be getting into a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, you're young, but
that happens a lot. Yeah, you know, I don't know if I've quite reached the age yet where I'm treating my patients' kids. It's coming, but you can certainly see it in the, you know, the older brothers down to the little brothers. What really amazes me is, you know, we start seeing these kids sometimes as early as 7 years old. And they're these itty-bitty kids, and we take pictures of them, you know, take pictures of their teeth, and by the time we're finished, they're, you know, sometimes in high school, and just you can see them grow from these little kids to, you know, grown men and women, and that's really fun to watch.
Yeah. And I'm sure you run into a lot of situations where families feel like, what are we going to do? We really feel like there's a problem here, and being able to fix those moments and make them feel safe and that things are going to be okay, and being able to deliver on some major issues that people have dealing with those kind of things.
Yeah,
it's got to be satisfying as well.
It is, yeah, and that's, you know, what I do. Orthodontics is kind of a mystery to some people, and, you know, they come in asking for advice or looking for help, and they're not really sure what to do. But it's fun to be able to, you know, guide them through the process. But yeah, when you're done, and, you know, like you take braces off, for instance, and you've transformed not only a smile, but you can change their life sometimes. And the way that their face lights up when they look in the mirror first time is awesome.
So I'm assuming this kind of graduates into the philosophy of your practice. Tell us a little bit about what that looks like.
Yeah, so, you know, one of the things that we pride ourselves at Circle C Ortho is we like to build relationships we don't call our patients patients. We call them friends and family. And the reason for that is, like I was alluding to earlier, is we get to know everyone. We don't have, our patients aren't numbers. Our patients aren't procedures. Our patients are our friends. And so, we spend a little bit more time than the average practice with our patients. And that enables us not only to treat them better, but at the end of the day, those relationships we build is just better for both me and my team and the friends and family that we get to treat.
So in that instance then, how does somebody get into the process of finding out whether their kid needs to go down a certain road and get your kind of consult on that?
Right. So, the first thing we'll say is we start seeing these kids pretty early. I keep saying 7 years old. That's the kind of the recommended age that we do these evaluations on these kids. If you're keeping up with your dental visits, your dentist is usually pretty good about letting you know if things are okay for now, or hey, you may want to go see an orthodontist. But you don't need a referral from your dentist. Okay. You don't even have to have a problem. You can just come see us, and I'll certainly give you, we'll give you an idea. If you're curious about, if you just want us to look at something, or you're not sure, or maybe it's like, hey, I really don't like my smile. What's the deal? How do we do this? The best thing to do is to call us and to come see us. It's not just about one of the doctors looking at your teeth. It's about seeing the office, meeting the team, getting to see our dynamic, as a team, and seeing if it's going to be a good fit for you. So the best thing to do is to come see us. We know, though, that families are busy. It's really difficult to pull your kids out of school right now. We get that. So another cool thing we're doing right now is we have a virtual consult tool available on our website. So austin-braces.com. Follow the links. It's super easy to find. Just click a couple buttons. And using your smartphone or your iPad or some sort of smart device, you can take some pictures of your teeth, of your face, of your profile, and basically tell us a little bit about, what you think your problem is or what you're unhappy with. All that info goes straight to the doctors. We can evaluate you, with these photos, and then we email you back and kind of give you, a broad overview of what's going on. That way, if you're pressed for time and you're just not really sure, it can save you an appointment. But come see us. That's the best thing to do.
It sounds like there's a couple of avenues you can go. If you're crunched for time or having a hard time, you have that avenue. But if you also want to feel what the comfortability is going to be with the services that you might need, you can get that feel as well by coming out.
That's exactly right.
You got everything's covered.
Yeah, and we get it. We know people are busy, and there's different personality types. Some people, just want to know, what they need, where do I sign, that kind of thing. And some people want to come and see the dynamic. So
kind of bridges over to all the different services that you do provide. What does it run the gamut? A lot of people don't know.
It does, really, and it's kind of a mystery to some people. Orthodontics, most people just think of braces. We straighten teeth, and we certainly do that. That's what we do well. But there's a lot more to it than that. As far as different types of treatment, everyone's familiar with braces. Clear aligners. That sort of thing, but we do a lot. We treat people from age about 7 to as old as it gets, 70s and 80s. So there's no age limit really. But there's a lot more to it than just straight teeth. We're evaluating bone structure and profiles and facial balance and smile architecture, things like that. Jaw health. So it's more than just having a beautiful smile. It's a beautiful, healthy, functioning smile and face, basically. So we do all of that, and we do all that for all of our patients.
Smile architecture.
That's right. Yeah. That's a good. I wish I coined that. I wish I made that up, but that's. I did not make that up. I read that somewhere.
Well, again, halftime here, and talking with Jonathan Kimes, and we continue on with halftime where the Tigers of Dripping Springs have that 34-0 lead on the Bowie Bulldogs. Jonathan, just one more thing too, as we kind of conclude here. Give everybody out there the best ways to get a hold of you. You mentioned just reach out to us. You have the virtual component. I wanted you to kind of reiterate that also.
Right. So Circle C Orthodontics, we're at 5700 West Slaughter Lane. That's the northwest corner of Mopac and Slaughter, right across the street from Alamo Draft House. We were there first, by the way. So austin-braces.com is our website. There's plenty of cool tools on there. Again, the virtual screening tool is there. You can send us appointment requests. You can send us information requests through that website.
The pictures.
Again, the pictures, yeah, if you just want to talk to us, our phone number is 512-394-0930. Give us a call. The staff that's going to answer the phone is super knowledgeable, super friendly. They can help you out. You can also text us at that number. We've got two-way text going on there. So, give us a call or send us an inquiry through the website or do a virtual screen. But come meet us. Once you meet us, you'll see what we're talking about.
Super family oriented, it sounds like to me. Jonathan, appreciate the time.
All righty, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yep, Jonathan Kimes, and be able to talk to us once again here at halftime from Circle C Orthodontics. And that will conclude here our halftime interview where the Bowie Bulldogs trail at home 34-0 against the Dripping Springs Tigers. We'll continue on with the band right now. Enjoy.
With the owner of a
Home health and hospice care services, all administered in the comfort of home. Our skilled, knowledgeable nurses and therapists help your loved ones recover and manage their conditions. And in most cases, our services are 100% covered by Medicare. We're a local female-owned company committed to doing things right. Visit rchomehealthhospice.com today.
The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Specified Water Systems is a proven construction company that provides complete water tank systems. They pride themselves in offering American-made corrugated galvanized steel water storage tanks, wood tanks, towers, and water pumps filtration with the longest warranty in the industry. They supply solutions for fire tanks, rainwater harvesting, TCEQ water storage, irrigation well storage, and storm water management.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above.
Are you looking for high-quality, compassionate health care for your aging parent or grandparent? Robinson Creek Home Health and Hospice can help. We offer a variety of home health and hospice care services, all administered in the comfort of home. Our skilled, knowledgeable nurses and therapists help your loved ones recover and manage their conditions. And in most cases, our services are 100% covered by Medicare. We're a local, female-owned company committed to doing things right. Visit rchomehealthhospice.com today.
En Brave Care proveemos atención médica, primaria y urgente, adaptada a los niños de 0 a 21 años. Hacemos de todo, desde revisiones periódicas, exámenes físicos para deportistas y apoyo 24/7 de nuestras enfermeras por chat o por teléfono. Incluso ofrecemos radiografías para que no tengas que esperar horas en urgencias. Nuestra clínica Brave Care está convenientemente ubicada en el Círculo C, entre dos centros de desarrollo infantil. Ofrecemos citas para el mismo día, los 365 días del año. Siempre podemos adaptarnos a su horario. Encuéntranos en bravecare.com y a través de nuestra app Brave Care.
Co-Presidents Amanda Bunatello and Amelia Taylor. The 2023 Baby Star Dancers are led by Spirit Leaders Sadie Cannon, Maya Dowdy, Caitlin Dillard, Sarah Johnston, Adele Sprisler, and Emily Williams. Line Sergeants Amanda Rinteo, Lane Butterfield, Sally Kulkarni, Maddie Salcedo, Kate Simons, and Kendall Taylor. The Superstars are under the direction of Miss Leanne Donowski and Miss Kristen Hawk. The Star Dancers are under the direction of Miss Leanne Donowski and Miss Alyssa Alex. Your Superstar of the Week is Amanda Montero, and the Spirit Girl of the Week is Kendall Taylor. And now, for your halftime entertainment, the Superstars and JV Star Dancers will perform their production routine to Boogie Wonderland. Ladies and gentlemen, the games of Bowie, Superstars and Star Dancers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Bulldog fans and guests, and welcome to James Boone High School's 34th homecoming ceremony. Tonight's ceremony honors 9 seniors who contribute to the positive culture of Bowie every day and who represent our school with class and respect. Please welcome your 2022 homecoming court. Our first honoree is the football sweetheart, Miss Aiden Strange. She was chosen by the varsity football players because of her role as an athletic trainer and her constant support of the team. Next year, Aiden hopes to begin her pursuit of a sports medicine or physical therapy degree. She would like to thank her mom, trainers Pablo and Stephanie, and her friends Doug York and Ellis Hall. Escorting Aiden tonight is varsity football players Ellis Hall and Doug York. Please give Aiden Strange a big round of applause. Now to recognize the honorees from Bowie's award-winning outdoor performing ensemble. Band members have chosen as their beau and sweetheart Cole Pennington and Ruby Holyfeld. Cole is one of your drum majors and hopes to pursue a degree in music production or computer science next year. He'd like to thank his family, dogs, friends, and at Bowie Trumpets for their support over the years. Next to Cole is Ruby Hodenfeld. She plans on majoring in environmental science, would like to thank her family, Kat, Sean Casper, and the entire band. Joining Sean and Ruby on the field tonight, joining Cole and Ruby on the field tonight is band director Miss Jennifer Hanford. Congratulations, Cole and Ruby. Now to honor the homecoming court honorees from Bowie's class of 2023. After the entire senior class nominated and then voted on their class favorites, these 6 students are now recognized as the senior homecoming court. The first homecoming honoree is Max Barnes. Max is escorted tonight by his parents, Lisa and Bill Barnes. Max is a member of our football and track teams, the National Honor Society, the Key Club. After graduating, Max hopes to potentially play college football while pursuing a degree in chemical or mechanical engineering. Max would like to thank his family and all of the boys. The next homecoming honoree is Kira Harper. Kira is a member of the Spanish Honor Society, National Honor Society, and Astronomy Club. Next year, Kira hopes to pursue an English degree with a focus in literature. She's being escorted tonight by Dylan Duncan and Miss Haney. She'd like to thank Daniel Riley, the Plague Gang, and her mother. Presenting Max and Kira with flowers tonight are Student Council Co-President Al Chada and Vice President Matthew Devaney. Please congratulate Max and Kira. The next homecoming honoree is Zoe Kings. Zoe is a member of the cheer team, yearbook staff, Key Club, Bowie Buddies, class of 2023 officers, and the National Honor Society. Her plans for the fall include starting college as a political science major. Zoe is escorted tonight by cheer coaches Alyssa Alex and Tatiana Chavez. She would like to thank everyone who voted for her and Max for running with her. Our fourth homecoming honoree is Maria Padron. Maria is a member of our Ready Set Teach program. She is a Girl Scout, and she hopes to become an elementary school teacher after college. Escorting Maria tonight are her parents, Deanne and Noe. She would like to thank Miss Khan, Alexis, Robert, Xavier, Natalie, her family, and her boyfriend, Enrique. Presenting Zoe and Maria with flowers tonight are Student Council Vice President Elliot Boucher and Co-President Gabe Watts. Please give Zoe and Maria a round of applause. Our fifth homecoming honoree is Enrique Ramirez. Enrique helps with our animation YouTube channel, Bowie Tunes, is a member of the Design Club, and works as a music producer. His plans for next year include going to ACC to pursue a career in engineering or creative arts. His escorts tonight are his mom and dad, and he'd like to thank Robert, Jacob, Xavier, Alexis, his family, and his girlfriend, Maria. Our final homecoming honoree is Daniel Riley. Daniel is the president of Mock Trial, works full-time outside of school, and is a member of the K-pop club. His ambition is to one day become the president of the United States. Daniel is escorted tonight by his best friends, Bilal Stroke and co-security, and he'd like to thank his mom, besties, and Brody Fox. Presenting Enrique and Daniel's flowers tonight are Student Council Vice President Adam Alsop and Vice President of Homecoming Riley Harris. Please give Enrique and Daniel a warm round of applause. All of the honorees before you tonight on the field represent Bowie High School with integrity, commitment, and joy. How special to be recognized and honored by their peers. Before we honor our new homecoming royalty, we'd like to specifically recognize senior class sponsors Ruth Narvaez and Matthew Parente for working tirelessly during the most difficult 4 years any high school graduating class has seen in recent memory. Thank you for supporting our seniors as they've navigated the immense challenges of the last few years. We appreciate you, Ms. Narvaez and Mr. Parente. Joining Ms. Narvaez and Mr. Parente at midfield tonight to honor our new homecoming royalty are Principal Mark Robinson and Student Council sponsor Alejandro Garcia. Please give all of our honored guests a nice round of applause. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior class of 2023 has chosen as its homecoming royalty Zoe Cans and Max Barnes. Congratulations, Zoe and Max. A very special thank you tonight to Bowie's JROTC Honor Guard for participating in the festivities. Students, we hope to see you at the homecoming dance next Saturday, October 1st. Please stand for the playing of Bowie's school song to complete our homecoming ceremony. Thank you.
Are you looking for high-quality, compassionate health care for your aging parent or grandparent? Robinson Creek Home Health and Hospice can help. We offer a variety of home health and hospice care services, all administered in the comfort of home. Our skilled, knowledgeable nurses and therapists help your loved ones recover and manage their conditions. And in most cases, our services are 100% covered by Medicare. We're a local, female-owned company committed to doing things right. Visit rchomehealthhospice.com today.
At Circle C Orthodontics, Dr. Fidel Del Toro and Dr. Jonathan Kimes love making beautiful, healthy smiles. Utilizing the latest advances in technology and techniques, the team at Circle C Ortho can help you look better and feel better too. Their practice philosophy focuses on patient-centered, personalized care. They take the time to get to know you as a person, not just a set of teeth or braces. Circle C Orthodontics, no referral needed. All insurance plans welcome and affordable payment options available. More information at austin-braces.com, 512-394-0930.
Back here at Burger, D. Hansen joined by Steve Foster here at the Vype Live Network. And the Bowie Bulldogs coming out onto the field from east to west. And had to be quite a conversation, Steve, between Jeff Abels and his team down 34-0. And what I think a lot of people felt was going to be this high energy, lots of tension, more than just a little bit of an emotional, level between these two schools. And if anything else, it was listless at times on either side of the football. And Dripping Springs walked out as if they owned the place, and for the most part, they did. They came out and so far are taking it to the Bulldogs. Dripping Springs won the coin toss, elected to defer, and they will have it here in the second half.
Yeah, football's
I'm not trying to be too harsh, but
no, football's a high energy game, and you're right. And you're just wondering. It just seems like Bowie's been in first and second gear. They've moved around, but it just you thought you would get that ignitable spark, and it hasn't shown itself at this point.
It certainly has not. Now Bowie, in a pivotal moment to start out this second half, will kick it away from right to left. Sadia Jabi will kick it away from his own 40. High end of a red kick is well kicked, and driving back to his own end zone is Tyndall. He'll bring it up through and brought down from behind by Brady Bram, and a late flag comes in at around the 30-yard line where the run stops for Tyndall. And we'll see what this one's all about.
So a lot of red jerseys around Tyndall. So is it
a lot?
Penalty?
Face mask at the end of that one will add another 15. And aside from starting at their own 5-yard line in one instance, the Dripping Springs Tigers had fantastic starting field position. In one moment, they were starting in Bowie territory a couple of occasions, and now they'll be at their own 45, 1st and 10, as if the Tigers needed more of an advantage in this game on the offensive side of the football. And with that left sleeve on his left leg, is Austin Novosad at quarterback, and he'll hand it off Tyndall, trying to find an edge right, and will not. Driven back hard, and Braylon Thomas getting in there. And you also have Tress Danner, who's having a whale of a game. Forward progress still giving Tyndall a yard to the 46. I didn't see that through my binoculars, Steve, but it's 2nd down and 9.
It's a great push up front.
Horrible
spot.
first
play.
2nd and 9.
And Duncan outright trips left-hand side. Novosad looking that way to the left. Now he has a throw right-hand side caught and then dropped. And around 6 or 7 yards to Duncan. He is brought down by Joshua Murillo.
3rd down and 2.
And that'll bring him a 3rd and 2. And I don't know what the 3rd down conversion percentage is for Dripping Springs, but it's got to be around the 80-85% level, if not higher. 2 left, 1 right. Duncan to the right-hand side. A handoff and Tyndall, and he'll be hit at midfield and brought down. And that, I believe, is Alex Luck making the stop, and Dripping Springs, with a 4th and 3, will punt for the first time. And Walker Wright will come out onto the field. Walker averaging just over 41 yards per punt.
Good to see the up front defensive line for Bowie coming out of this locker room.
Let's see, there's all kinds of confusion here for Bowie, and now the punt is away by Walker Wright, and it will hit at the 20 and take a huge Tiger bounce, and then going into the end zone and touching it up. Oh, they stopped it at the 1. It looked as though the Dripping Springs got on top of the ball, but I thought the player's legs were in the end zone when he touched the ball. But instead, they're going to say it's inside the 1-yard line here from the officials. And that's Chad McKenzie, your referee. Bernard Teal, the umpire. Head linesman is Andy Pena. Line judge is Brian Burkhart, and back judge is Joe Wise. Dripping Springs in their away whites and their gray bottoms with the maroon letters, numbers, and black trim. You can see Bowie in their all reds, tops and bottoms, the black letters, numbers, and white trim, black helmets. And precarious situation for the offense at their own 1. Shotgun empty backfield for the long-sleeved Kenyon. Hands it off. Here is Barnes, and he'll find a little bit of space, driving his legs past the 5 to the 6-yard line. And that's just what the doctor ordered in this particular situation for the offense. And favorable run, about 6 yards, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's breathing room, and you're not standing in your own end zone when you receive the snap if you're Connor Kenyon. That's 99 yards, and listen, Dripping Springs did it. You can go right back at them.
9.5 to go here in the third quarter. 34-0 lead for the Tigers. The Bulldogs looking, trying to get out of their own end zone. Handoff and a sweep out. Nehemiah Smith Livingston is met and stopped and driven back. The forward progress will get him. We'll see where they're going to mark it at the 5. And that will be about a loss of a yard of the play, bring up a 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 5.
Maybe even a long 6, even 7. Castle, Nehemiah Smith Livingston out left. Nobody right so far, and long look in here for the offense, down to 10 on the play clock. 1 receiver out right is Carmine Eli, 2-back set. Barnes in motion. Kenyon now wheels and deals. Intercepted at the 10 and going into the end zone for the pick 6. The Tigers capitalize. Grayson Jones goes into the end zone, and Dripping Springs extends their lead.
Joshua Morello for Tigers, touchdown.
And that's where the corner just sits on the receiver. Doesn't believe he's going to run past him. He's got him right at the sticks.
Only the 3rd interception of the year by this defense for Dripping Springs yields a score, and they look to go up big now. Extra point pending. Now 40-0. First turnover of the game. Extra point by Walker Wright is good. Makes it 41-0. Tigers up on the Dogs here with 8:26 left in the third quarter. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Are you looking for high-quality, compassionate health care for your aging parent or grandparent? Robinson Creek Home Health and Hospice can help. We offer a variety of home health and hospice care services, all administered in the comfort of home. Our skilled, knowledgeable nurses and therapists help your loved ones recover and manage their conditions. And in most cases, our services are 100% covered by Medicare. We're a local female-owned company committed to doing things right. Visit rchomehealthhospice.com today.
Only the 3rd interception thrown on the season here by Connor Kenyon yields yet another score, a defensive score for the Dripping Springs Tigers. They were unable to score for the first time on offense in this game. Had a punt it away where Dripping Springs to start out this third quarter of play. And Bowie looking for something out of their own end zone after the punt was down at the 1, and on a 3rd down, Connor Kenyon trying to fit something over there on the right-hand side, picked off by Grayson Jones, and he trots in for 6.
And 25, Max Barnes.
Dripping Springs on the year has scored 23, 37, 77 in that order against Vandergrift, Wagner, and Austin High. With 41 on the board, 8:26 left in the third quarter. And this is a kick away by Walker Wright and fielded, fair caught at the 8 by Max Barnes.
I think that puts you up to the 25.
It does.
Bulldog, first down.
First and 10 there. Dripping Springs playing since 1951. They've gone undefeated in 2 regular seasons under Galen Zimmerman. Never had that happen in the program's history. They continue now with returning 11 first and second team all-district players from a year ago. This is the year, Steve, that Dripping Springs really feels they not only they're going to break through at 6A, but once they get into playoffs, this is their dream team. They return about 8 players on offense, 6 players on defense. And like I said, a lot of first and second team all-district players. This was the team they knew could really make a lot of commotion in their history. Here's Connor Kenyon, wheels at left-hand side and incomplete. Hits off his intended receiver in Carmine Eli. There's a little bit of interference, needless to say, by Keller Stafford, who put his hands up in the air. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 here for an offense that has sputtered for the majority of the time.
You're right, D. No continuity. You know, a big play here, a big play there in the first half, but not much to talk about.
3rd down and 8 from their own 27. Bulldogs going right to left. It's this 3-4 alignment for Dripping Springs. Low snap back here as Kenyon has the time. And now he'll step up, throw it out right-hand side, and that's a backwards pass out to Max Barnes. He'll go out of bounds, and that's where the ball will be placed. As Kenyon, I don't know if he was originally looking upfield and didn't have anything, decided to run with it, and then realized I'm in trouble and got rid of the ball to get to Barnes and couldn't connect.
That's right.
4th down and 13.
And now we'll bring up another very quick 3 and out here for Bowie, and they have had more of their fill of that here as Noah Gill will be out to punt it away from his own 7. And he'll get this one away. And it hits at the 42. And will be down at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for Bowie. And although it started out in a positive manner for this Bowie football team that's just grasping for straws for any silver lining, they got the stop on defense. The pick 6, though, happens, and you feel like you're back where you started from in a disastrous first half. And we'll see how long Austin Novosad will stay out there. And just as I say that, here's Jack Williams, new quarterback for Dripping Springs, as they are now going to run the football with their quarterback, up 41-0. And that run will be about 8 yards there by the junior QB, who has 6 rushes for 33 yards on the season. And Austin Novosad looks as though he might be sitting out the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think you're right, D.
Up 41-0. 2 receivers right-hand side, 1 left, though you still have starting wideouts and everybody else. Just the quarterback now sitting down. Tyndall will run the football on a 2nd and 1, get 2, enough for the first to the 45-yard line. And that will move the chains. And what a great game that Jack Tyndall has had. 5'9", 195 sophomore. 4 touchdowns on the season, going into this game at least. And he has 1 in this one as well, that in the late stages of the first quarter of play. And he had big shoes to fill. And Preston Alford, who had a whale of a season last year, the offensive MVP 5A last year, 11-5A, or 12-5A, excuse me. Here's a run left-hand side, and the Bowie defense snuffs this one out. Williams had no room to roam at the 41, and he'll lose yardage.
I was wondering, D, if Dripping Springs was just going to come out and just hide in the second half. Listen, if there's no offensive surge by Bowie, really, you can just kind of play and have the clock go, and you know, that's your friend at this point.
Yeah. And the last thing that Dripping Springs wants to do is get any kind of entries that are not needed.
Correct.
Here's a flare out left-hand side, and that Tyndall with the reception will get past the 45 to the 49-yard line. About 6 yards shy of a first down. That brings up a third down.
8 yards. 3rd and 5. Stopped by number 21, Dower Powell.
Jack Williams on the year, 6 of 7 for 40 yards, has seen some action. He saw it last week against Austin High. Pressure up the middle. Here comes the blitz. Picked up and throw out left-hand side. It is caught. Here's Cook with it inside the 40-yard line to the 37 for a first.
They love running 6 to 10-yard stops, comebacks. It's a very easy pass to complete when you have receivers that run on their stem, meaning they don't give away if it's going to be 5, 6, 8, or 12. And then when they turn, you can get that quick pass to them, and they're great at the end of the catch.
The route running seems to be picture perfect here for about 3 of these wideouts. Here's Williams now. Pressure out right-hand side, and then he's hit and dropped. The 43. And that is the longest time we've seen a Tiger hold a football in the backfield. Tris Danaher, as he has had, I think, one of the bright moments for this defense. He has had a great game.
On that one, Brady Bram ran him down from the backside. But Tris Danaher was actually preventing the quarterback from throwing near side to us.
Duncan out right-hand side. Out in the slot to the right is Maddox Bloombren. And now here's another run. And that is Williams, who, again, finds no real chance of breaking through, and he'll get to the 45 and lose yardage again. 3rd down. 3rd and around 18 with 3:27 left in the 3rd quarter, and the Tigers sitting on it, up 41-0. 4 wideouts, 2 split to each side. Cade Curry, the running back, as Williams will sling this one deep down the left side, and that'll be incomplete. Cook, the intended receiver, and Dower Powell with the coverage.
Dower Powell can run with his receiver. You know, that's why it kind of begs the question, these guys aren't going to run past you. You have fast defensive backs for Bowie. Challenge them off the line of scrimmage and make them make the spectacular catches.
Walker right, kicking it away. Max Barnes deep to receive at his own 10. Special teams for Bowie seems a little bit more on this one. Ryan will kick this one away, and it will hit at around the 22 and creep inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs coming up, and 41-0 with 2:54 left in the 3rd quarter. Next up for the Bulldogs, they'll be back at house. So we're there against Anderson, and then we'll take on the Maroons of Austin High, who are open. They have an open date this week. And then Bowie will have their own open week before they host Johnson, the Jaguars, here at Berger. There'll be Aikens, and there'll be the Lakes to round out the season, a regular season for Bowie. Here is a keeper, wisely run here by Connor Kenyon. Now you can see from some of the body language here, Steve, as Connor comes up, that he's not exactly thrilled with the way this game has been going.
No, but that right there was a really good run.
Run.
I like the decision making. He was zipped through, almost. He did pick up 10 yards.
Barnes to his left-hand side. In motion is Nehemiah Smith-Livingston. Handoff goes to Barnes. He goes up middle, past the 30 to the 32-yard line before he is met by a wall of white. And that will bring up a second down. And around 7 to go. Make it 6.
And I know you had mentioned in the first half about rushing the ball and Max Barnes. If they're going to take away the run, get Max Barnes in your passing game, because
Absolutely.
He's the weapon.
Yep.
And if you can't hand it off and go straight up the middle, Dripping Strings doing a great job. Get him in the passing game.
What leads the team in receiving going into this game with 16. That's not by any big coincidence. Pass down the middle of the field intended for Jacob Castle is nearly intercepted by Landon Ricard, the junior DB.
Well, then the interesting thing there, you had both he and Nehemiah Smith-Livingston almost in the same spot.
So something.
Someone was going down the seam. That's on the hash marks. Somebody was probably running a post, but they wound up getting defended by one defender in the secondary.
3rd and 6, trips left-hand side, and here is a rollout by Kenyon. He'll look down the field, and he'll complete it at the 44-yard line, near side sideline. Castle is brought down from behind at the 47-yard line.
Much better route, much better separation. Connor Kenyon finds 9 right in front of us for a first down.
Some bright moments here from Jacob Castle. Welcome addition back to the receiving corps.
First down.
Clock runs, or should run here shortly. 1:37 left in the third quarter. 41-0, 1st and 10. Bowie at the 47 of Dripping Springs. And here is a run past the 40 to the 39 on the Wild Dog by Barnes. Now I'll bring up a 8-yard gain and a 2nd and 2.
And a good push here near side. You still want to run your offense. 13 minutes and 13 seconds to go in this game.
Trips right-hand side, and again, the Wild Dog shown here. Nehemiah Smith-Livingston in motion. It will keeper by Barnes. He'll lean forward. Get past to the 37-yard line, and although Barnes having a tough game, he is helping Dripping Springs Tigers players up, defenders, patting them on the behind.
And number 4, Owen Rhodes.
Large measure of sportsmanship, even though you're not playing as well as you'd like to. And it will be Connor Kenyon out there with an empty backfield, and we got quads right and Carmine Eli out left. Looking left to Carmine is Kenyon, and incomplete. The coverage was there. I don't know what he saw that could try to fit that one in.
Well, he's got to let Carmine get off the line of scrimmage and break from the initial guy. The ball was thrown quick.
Didn't have the time. Didn't give him the time to do it.
Didn't give him the time, yes.
That's what I meant to say.
Yes, sir.
Kenyon with Barnes to his left. Receiver right is Nehemiah Smith-Livingston. Throw out left-hand side, caught by Carmine Eli, and he'll get down to the 2-yard line as he spun around. Make him at the 1. So a 36-yard pitch and catch on a quick slant to Carmine. It'll be first down and goal to go for the Bulldogs.
It looks like they're going to let the clock run out and not try to get the score here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Clock runs to zeros here in the third. On to the fourth we go. Bulldogs knocking on the door in their best offensive series of the night. So far blank, though, by Dripping Springs, 41-0. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Specified Water Systems is a proven construction company that provides complete water tank systems. They pride themselves in offering American-made corrugated galvanized steel water storage tanks, wood tanks, towers, and water pumps filtration with the longest warranty in the industry. They supply solutions for fire tanks, rainwater harvesting, TCEQ water storage, irrigation well storage, and storm water management.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above. The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Okay, back to action here. The Bowie Bulldogs looking to erase that goose egg on the board, down 41-0 to Dripping Springs as we switch sides, going left to right this time to start out the fourth quarter play. Dee Hanson joined by Steve Foster here along the Vype Live Network. And a wild dog offense shown here with Max Barnes at quarterback and Braylon Thomas to his right. A power set. Barnes runs forward and leans in and will get in for the score. Touchdown, Bowie, and they will be able to elude the shutout here against the Tigers.
That's the 1 yard for the score. Max Barnes earlier in the game tried to pick up 1 yard for a first and didn't get it
for on a fourth down.
The fourth down,
That's right.
Correct.
Extra point pending here. Diego Nunez, 7 of 9 on the season on PATs. Here is the extra point. Punch through by Nunez, and with 11:55 left in the fourth quarter of play, Bowie on the board. Finally down 41-7 to Dripping Springs. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Do you have an aging parent or grandparent who needs health care at home? Robinson Creek Home Health and Hospice can help. Our skilled, compassionate healthcare staff treats patients right where they want to be, in the comfort of their home. Robinson Creek offers personalized programs including cardiac care, wound care, diabetes and medication management, orthopedic care and therapy, as well as hospice care. We're a local, female-owned company committed to doing things right. Visit rchomehealthhospice.com today.
Back here at Berger, Dee Hanson joined by Steve Foster. 41-7 advantage now for Dripping Springs. That after Max Barnes leans in for his 8th rushing score of the year from 1 yard out. And we'll see if Bowie tries to go onside kick, Steve. It's just early here in the fourth quarter, but you're down by a lot, 41-7. Max Barnes well below his 151 yards per game average, as the Tigers have done a great job on both sides of the football here tonight.
No question. They came in focused. They played just with more energy through the first 2.5 quarters.
Yeah. Tigers aren't expected much. I can tell you right now, the body language of Dripping Springs, dancing to the music whenever it's playing before kickoffs, hands on hips. And hands are not on hips because they're tired.
Right.
Their hands are on the hips because what else do you have for me?
Right.
It's the attitude. Late sub coming in here for Bowie. Just trotting out there as Nick Beavers, junior linebacker, to come out on special teams. Deep to receive will be Grayson Jones, who has a pick 6 in the game. And you also have Jack Tyndall deep to receive. But this is going to be a very short kick, as it's been seen here. And then a couple of Tigers coming in and converging on that one could not have been the recipe that special teams coordinator for the Tigers expected, but still getting on top of that one is Joseph Moreland, who has a touchdown in this game. Got on top of that one in the nick of time, and Tigers come out 1st and 10. And Austin Novosad has sat down now, and it looks as though his second offensive stint. And coming out will be, once again, junior QB Jack Williams. 4 wideouts, 2 split to each side. Williams out of the shotgun. Go back and pass, fling it out right-hand side. It is caught by Moreland on the far side sideline. And he is hit out of bounds at around the 34. Now bring up a 2nd and 6, and that's a lot what we saw in the first half. Doesn't matter the personnel. This is the idea on this offense, is to get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards on first down.
You would want, again, you've got to press these receivers. You have to make them work for those 5 yards. Being off 7 yards, they're just running 5-yard outs.
2 receivers right-hand side, 1 left. And the handoff goes out right-hand side on the run. And that will be enough for a first down. Joseph Holmes, senior running back, a little bit more weight to his frame, gets the first down carry.
And on the tackle, number 13, Wesley York.
Holmes part of this 3-back alignment, along with Tyndall and Cade Curry, who we saw in the third quarter. Handoff right-hand side, breaking it back in. Holmes has some room, and they'll finally be brought down at midfield area, actually dragging tacklers all the way to the 45. Brady Bram finally making the stop.
Another first down. Stop by number 12 with the Bulldogs, Brady Brown.
This first team defense still out there for Bowie.
Well, they're going to probably get some work in and look to at least keep this score where it's at.
And no starters out there for the Tigers on the skill positions. Throw out right-hand side. Here's Moreland again, and he is making the catch, far side sideline, and will be stopped, though, at around the 40 for a 5-yard gain. Broken.
Right. I don't have any answers because, again, make them work for that 5 yards.
9:57, counting down left in the game. In motion is Connor Udemy. The handoff goes left-hand side. And nice coverage there for the Bowie Bulldogs, and Jake Cole, who has had a good game as well on that carry. Doesn't really go very far by Cade Curry. And that will bring up a 3rd and 5.
Well, Jake Cole swallows up the running back there. That's a no gain, and that's difficult anywhere on the field, one-on-one, to bring a rusher down at the point of contact.
2 left, 2 right. Williams out of the shotgun, Curry to his left. Man in motion now going out right-hand side. I think this might be a 5-yard out. I don't know. Nope, deep pass to the left-hand side, open and catching it at the 15-yard line. A valiant jump up in the air by Skylar Capone Ford, the senior wideout, makes the play and moves the chains.
Good route downfield. And again, the scheme, you got one receiver going in at about 6 or 7, and then another one sneaking behind him. And it just seemed like the secondary went with that inside receiver at 6 yards and left a wide open receiver here near side to us.
6th reception of the season by Capone Ford. He had one earlier in this game as well. He has 2 touchdowns on top of that. Williams with a quick slant right-hand side, and it will be caught for the score. Right down the field, 15 yards out, completing it to Joseph Moreland, his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Tigers answer the 7 points by the Bulldogs with one of their own. But we'll see with the extra point.
That pass was on the money. Jack Williams. Gentleman Jack.
It's his first throw for a score on the year. Won't be his last, I don't think. Extra point. Up and good by Walker Wright. Gets the Tigers back up by 41, 48-7. 8:32 left in the ball game. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above. At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh, because slice to order makes a sub above.
Back here, and I mean, right down the field, Jack Williams able to orchestrate this offense. Holmes had one really good run, the senior running back, but you had Jack Williams now, the backup quarterback for the Tigers, able to make some deft throws down the field, Steve, and this Dripping Springs offense keeps on rolling with their backups in there.
You're absolutely right. And again, nothing fancy. Had one pass that was about 18 yards near side to us, but it's usually the 5-yard out.
They got the slant there to Moreland, his second score of the game. That's right. Moreland had a 1-yard touchdown pass from Nova side with 2:05 left in the second quarter.
Yep.
Okay, kicking it away are the Tigers, up by 41. And a line driver hits at the 5 and was bound out the back end of the end zone. Carmine, Eli, wisely, I think, letting that one fly through. And the Bulldogs will go back out there once again on offense. And it has been a tough go the majority of this game. What do you think the biggest factors for this offense not getting on track have been? Other than the Dripping Springs defense, you got to give them some credit as well.
It's just not in sync tonight. I mean, this was not the night to not be in sync, but really, that's just out of sorts.
Two left-hand side, one right here, and now Bowie will also put in their backups as Oliver Ray hands it off. And that will bring up a 2nd and 8 as Reagan Cooper, or Jaden Boudouin with the run. And Jaden on the year, 7 rushes for 29 yards and a score. 2 left, 1 right once again. Janes to the right-hand side. Throw by Ray on a slant to Janes, and he'll catch it at the 42. Cole Janes Jr. with his 2nd reception of the year.
Good pass. Again, that's that low pass so that your guy, the receiver, is the only one that really can go down and get that ball. And enough for a first down from Oliver Ray delivering. He likes to run the ball as well.
He does. Very adept at that. 4 wideouts, 2 split to each side. Again, here's Ray. And play action throw out right-hand side. It is caught. The 41-yard line, staying inbounds, and then knocked swiftly out is Matthew Martinez. And that's about a lot of effort for about 1.5 yards.
But it was a solid pass that was up where Matthew Martinez could catch it.
Great point.
And then do what he could to get some yardage.
Clock rolls at, no, stopping at 7:16. Going out of bounds is Martinez. To right, and Janes to the right and to left. Ray, handoff, right-hand side. Boudouin could not find any room. And I don't even know if he made it to the original line of scrimmage. I think he lost a yard. So 2-yard loss on the play. Bring up a 3rd down and around 11.
Jaden is tackled behind the line. 3rd and 11.
Dripping Springs will take on Johnson at Tiger Stadium and then return back here to Berger to take on the Aikens Eagles. Here's Ray now. High snap. He does throw it, though, down the right-hand side and incomplete.
And the pass is incomplete.
Jane's unable to hold on to it as his helmet flies off. Climbs the ladder on that one and just could not get his hands around that pigskin, and that will bring up a 4th down and a punting situation for the Bulldogs.
That brings 4th and 11.
Here is Gill out to punt it away. And deep to receive, Landon Ricard, who has had a couple of nice plays as a defensive back in this game. And before the play can get underway, flags fly. A delay game against Bowie. Galen Zimmerman is that much closer now, somewhat academic here, to earn his 68th win in his 8 seasons as the head coach for Dripping Springs. What a run already. Here's the kick by Gill, one of his better of the evening. Hits the 42, takes a Bulldog roll to the 35, and finally to the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 with 6:15 left in this contest. Anderson is taking on Johnson at Bob Shelton Stadium. Lake Travis and Westlake have been going toe-to-toe. Lake Travis had a halftime 10-7 lead there at Chaparral. Last check. After coming over from 12-5A, Dripping Springs is going to start 2-0 in 6A and 2-0 away from home and 4-0 on the season. Here's a handoff, sprinting left-hand side, streaming down and going into the end zone. 4-6 are the Tigers. Brendan Mulder, the senior, scampering in.
And the rushes by number 33, Braden Mulder, for a Tigers touchdown.
Looked like about a 66-yard touchdown. Wow. I'm trying to catch that.
Here's the extra point by Wright, goes through, and it is the Tigers now 55-7 on Bowie with 6 minutes flat to go in this contest. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Are you looking for high-quality, compassionate health care for your aging parent or grandparent? Robinson Creek Home Health and Hospice can help. We offer a variety of home health and hospice care services, all administered in the comfort of home. Our skilled, knowledgeable nurses and therapists help your loved ones recover and manage their conditions. And in most cases, our services are 100% covered by Medicare. We're a local, female-owned company committed to doing things right. Visit rchomehealthhospice.com today.
Braden Mulder going in from 60+ for the touchdown. Adds a little bit more salt to the wound here for Bowie. A 55-7 lead now extended here for Dripping Springs, laying the wood here on a homecoming evening at Berger. Dee Hanson joined by Steve Foster here on the Vype Live Network, and Bowie looking to lick their wounds and move on to find another day next week when they take on Austin High, and then an open date before the last 4 games of the season will start here at home against Johnson. And Bowie will fall to 4-1 on the season, 2-1 in district, and 2-1 here at home. It's been a quiet crowd here for the majority of the night here for the home standing Bulldog faithful. Kickoff away, goes out the end zone once again here from Walker Wright.
And the kick by number 46, Aiden Burgess, to the touchdown. Ball in place on the 25-yard line. Bulldogs, first down.
Last year, Dripping Springs averaged around 52 points per game. And they, after their 77 points on the board last week against Austin High, will extend their 45.5 points per contest average after 55 here tonight. Ray, handoff up the middle, sprinting up. Boudouin with the run. It's about 10 yards, enough for a first down to the 35, 36.
And the Bulldogs on the 27.
There we go, the 35.
Good run, first down. Almost broke it.
Yep.
Could have gone 75 to be back at you to match the 66, but a tackle in the secondary by Dripping Springs.
First down.
Brave Care, Circle C Orthopedics, Orthodontics, a little different. Post game coming up. Handoff this time is met by a wall of defenders there in the front. 3 and 4 for Dripping Springs. And no real gain on the play. Jacob Legner with the stop for the Tigers. 2nd and 11. 5:10 to go. Dripping Springs. All that and more as far as what has been advertised. Handoff right-hand side, trying to find an edge. Nice run there. Keeping those legs churning here for Bowie is Boudouin. He'll get about 4 on the play, up to the 37.
Good defensive stop by Dripping Springs.
Third and 8.
You can imagine Dripping Springs coming in with the 2nd lowest enrollment in the district. Will go D2 and will fare better than they did last year when they lost to Georgetown in bi-district. And I imagine they will make the playoffs, obviously. Here's a screen right-hand side. Caught. Nicely designed and, more importantly, executed here for the Bulldogs. James with the reception will be very close to a first down.
If James would have stayed outside and not dipped in, he had a running lane right down the numbers. Cut that one back in, and you know, I always say get to that sideline express if you can.
Yeah.
But a good catch. The execution was good, and James trying to stretch out the ball for a first down. It's 4th and 1.
James just a junior. 4th and 1. Here's Ray now with the handoff. Boudouin trying to find the edge. Skips out of 1 tackle. Stays on his feet. And is able to get enough for a first. And stop the clock to move the chains. And will continue to run as he gets to the 48.
Good effort going far side. To pick up. Actually stepped out of 2 tackles, D. Turned the corner. Yep. Squared up. And he gets to the 48 and a first down.
Ray, with his team on the far side hash going left to right, will hand it off right-hand side. Boudouin will try to cut it back in and then fall down. That was more of a turf monster issue than a Daniel Cedillo issue, who's the closest defender for Dripping Springs.
I think he tried to cut inside of Daniel, lost his footing.
2:33 left, and Ray still looking for some more work here. Will get the ball and hand it off. Boudouin again is getting a lot of runs here, and you can see some of the glimpses from Boudouin as far as decision making once he gets that ball.
Right. Well, it looked like that was an option to keep, but
Boudouin and Braylon Thomas, both juniors.
Yes.
The future of the running back spot next year. Two receivers left, one right-hand side. High snap is collected and rolling out right-hand side as Ray connecting on the near side sideline to A.J. Hirschauer. Nicely, again, executed here by this second-team offense. Gets to the 42, and that will be enough for a first down.
And the pass is complete to the Bulldogs number 3, A.J. Hirschauer.
Clock rolls. 1:27 left.
And the Tigers number 32, Noah Dumont with the tackle.
Oliver Ray in a quarterback. High snap back and handed off. A juggling attempt. A lot of timing issues on offense there. Boudouin gets the handoff, but there are already 3 defenders in the backfield for Dripping Springs to make the stop. And Jacob Legner again in on the defensive stop there for the Tigers.
Timing got disrupted because of the higher snap that kind of lofted into Oliver Ray's hands.
40 seconds left. Ray taking his time with 13 on the play clock on the sweep left-hand side, breaking it back in from the 40 to the 35-yard line. Brought down is Matthew Martinez, the junior. And he is shy of the first down by about 3. Third down. Well, depending on what happens with Westlake, Dripping Springs might end up being the lone undefeated team in the district. Here is Boudouin with the carry. And he soldiers forward to the 25 for a first down carry, and that will also do it for the ball game. Golf claps around, a sign of some level of respect here for, as well it should be, for the Dripping Springs Tigers. You can see why they're one of the top 15 teams in the state of Texas, Steve. They came in here and from start to finish controlled this ball game and end up winning 55-7. In fact, the scoreboard is already off. That's how quickly people wanted to get out of here at Burger Stadium. And for all that, homecoming night was definitely put to rest here by Dripping Springs very early.
Yeah, Dripping Springs came in with a directive, a mission to accomplish, and they really got it going. Early and often.
Yeah, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here from Burger Stadium. Again, your final score. The Dripping Springs Tigers 55, the Bowie Bulldogs 7. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
And Dr. Jonathan Kimes love making beautiful, healthy smiles. Utilizing the latest advances in technology and techniques, the team at Circle C Ortho can help you look better and feel better too. Their practice philosophy focuses on patient-centered, personalized care. They take the time to get to know you as a person, not just a set of teeth or braces. Circle C Orthodontics, no referral needed. All insurance plans welcome and affordable payment options available. More information at austin-braces.com, 512-394-0930.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above.
At Brave Care, we provide primary and urgent care tailored for kids ages 0 to 21. We do everything from regular checkups, sports physicals, and 24/7 support from our nurses by chat or over the phone. We even offer x-rays so you don't have to wait hours at the ER. Our Brave Care Clinic is located conveniently in Circle C between the 2 child development centers. We offer same-day appointments 365 days a year so we can always fit into your schedule. Find us at bravecare.com and through our Brave Care app.
The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Are you looking for high-quality, compassionate health care for your aging parent or grandparent? Robinson Creek Home Health and Hospice can help. We offer a variety of home health and hospice care services, all administered in the comfort of home. Our skilled, knowledgeable nurses and therapists help your loved ones recover and manage their conditions. And in most cases, our services are 100% covered by Medicare. We're a local, female-owned company committed to doing things right. Visit rchomehealthhospice.com today.
Oh, man. Tough game all the way around for the Bowie Bulldogs as they fall here at home. Homecoming against the Dripping Springs Tigers, 55-7. I don't know if I see that very often. Dripping Springs Tigers football team coming out in one line and facing the Bowie stands for a while. I don't know if they were waving or what they were doing. And now they are over at around the 35-yard line. You don't see that very often, no matter what ends up happening in the ball game. So, Steve, obviously, this game at halftime, you felt like had some problems here for Bowie, and a lot of that having to do with the offense not really being able to get back on track in any particular instance as far as continuity. You might have one good play here, one good play there, not stringing anything together all that much. A lot of credit to the Dripping Springs Tigers defense, but also not the most well-played game by the offense for Bowie.
No, it just seemed like the energy
and
level.
I'm not throwing it all on Bowie's offense. I'm just bringing them up.
The energy level throughout the team tonight just was not up for the match in the fight of their opponent.
Flip it, though. You take on an all-world quarterback in Austin Novosad, who was trumpeting how good he is before this game even got underway by visiting our stands here a few times, or Bowie stands a couple of times. Well, he delivered.
He did.
And he came in and had a great performance, and now will go home still undefeated on the season. What impressed you most on the offensive side of the football for Dripping Springs against what is, I think, a very good defense for Bowie?
Good timing by the receivers in Novosad. They could run precision routes, get 5-10, and pick up those first downs. Know that they felt really good about when the ball was going to be released. And that's that type of timing and this disruption in the secondary without being able to get to Novosad. That's going to hurt you. Any defense.
Novosad with 4 passing scores, 3 of those in the second quarter alone.
Right.
And Williams, who came in, his backup, Jack Williams, he also had a passing score in this game as well. And that has Bowie now with the loss after the 55-7 score. Moving forward, what do you got to do now? Pick up the pieces and move. This is
get to one of the 4 spots to play in the playoffs and keep going. Learn, recognize that this is a very tough district in the state of Texas, and use that because you're going to have to play maybe another tough team around this area in your first game and by district.
Galen Zimmerman in his 8th year as the head coach for Dripping Springs with the victory now, 68-18 overall. Dripping Springs next up will take on Johnson at Tiger Stadium. Meanwhile, Jeff Abels falls to 144 wins and 84 losses on the year. And Bowie will take on Austin High and the Maroons at House Park. Dripping Springs with the victory now 4-0 on the season, 2-0 in district play, and 2-0 away from home. The Bulldogs fall to 4-1 on the season, 2-1 in district play, and 2-1 here at Berger. And that will round things out here once again. And do it for us here tonight. Bowie is back at it next week, back to visit House Park as well when they take on the Austin High Maroons. Bulldogs lead the long-standing series in rather convincing fashion, including a 59-0 blanking the Maroons last season. Despite that resounding win, Austin High has taken 2 of the last 3 in the series. We will have that game for you here on the Vype Live Network starting at 7:15, leading up to this 7:30 kickoff live from House Park. Get a final score here from Berger. The Dripping Springs Tigers 55, the Bowie Bulldogs 7. You've been watching Bowie Bulldogs high school football here along the Vype Live Network. From our engineer and on-site producer Shane Cholwinski and my broadcast partner Steve Foster, I'm Dee Hansen. From all of us here, have a great night.
The Robinson Creek Healthcare and Hospice broadcast of Bowie Bulldogs football on the Vype Live Broadcast Network has been presented by Defender Police Supply, Brave Care, and Circle C Orthodontics. Bowie Bulldogs football on Vype Live has also been brought to you by the Carlson Law Firm, Top Gun Equipment Rentals, Womack Real Estate, Nance Orthodontics, McLean Family Dental, Firehouse Subs, Family Dentistry on Manchac, Dina Davis Team, Jersey Mike's, Specified Water Systems, UBEO, Princeton Review, Mighty Fine, Chick-fil-A, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, Waterloo Ice House, Torchy's Tacos, More Than a Teacher, Golden Acres, Pie Bar, and Austin Community College. Bowie Bulldogs football has been a presentation of the Vype Live Broadcast Network.